are teaming up to help strike out hunger. For every strikeout Pippins pitcher has recorded home this year, Fred Meyer and the Pippins will each donate $6 to a local food bank to help provide meals to those in need. Let's rack up K's and knock down hunger in the Yakima Valley. The care team at Lincoln Avenue Medical Dental Center believes that you and your baby deserve more than just medical support. Our care team support moms with medical and dental health, nutrition, and behavioral health. Visit us at the Mother's Lounge next to the box office. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brian Levitan. And on behalf of the Yakima Valley Pippins, players, coaches, management, and staff, we welcome you to the Orchard. Tonight is Thirsty Thursday, co-presented by Yakima Craft Brewing Company and KXTV. As the Victoria HarbourCats.
It's time for the Yakima Valley Pippins and the Victoria HarbourCats to wrap up their three-game series over the span of 2 weeks here at the Orchard, as the 8-6 Pippins, a game back of the first place 9-5 Victoria HarbourCats, try and gain some ground and get back into first place with a win tonight. You may recall that this series started about mid-time last week as the Pippins welcomed in the HarbourCats last Wednesday and last Thursday, Victoria taking the second game of those two. And since then, the HarbourCats have played great baseball, taking 2 out of 3 last weekend in Kelowna, and then sweeping the Bend Elks over the past 3 days at home in Victoria. They have moved into first place, a tie for first place in the West Coast League's North Division with the Bellingham Bells. And this today is a big opportunity for the Pippins after picking up a crucial series win against Kelowna last night, sending a talented left-hander to the mound in Darius Garcia. He was very good in his first start, and it'll be a big test here at home in a windy, somewhat chilly night here in the Valley. The Pippins, having won 2 of their last 3 after taking that series against Kelowna, will try to essentially wrap up a series win after the first 2 games were played in last week's series against Victoria, and the Pippins will try and make it 3 out of 4 in this new week against their Canadian foes. The last time we'll have a Canadian team here at the Orchard in the 2019 regular season. There's a chance that they could be here in the playoffs, but at least in the regular season, the last home game against a Canadian club, the Pippins will make 2 road trips up to Canada in the month of July, in about a month's time up to Victoria, and then about 5 weeks' time they'll head out to Kelowna. So the Pippins and the HarbourCats getting set for Game 3 of their 3-game series that took place over 8 days instead of 3 days, but it's all the same in the end. And the Pippins, as I mentioned, sending left-hander Darius Garcia to the mound. 0-1 with a 1.8 earned run average this year. It was pretty good in his first outing of the year on Saturday Saturday in Bellingham. Was pretty good in that outing. 5+ innings, just gave up the 1 earned run, struck out 3, walked a pair, and gave up 4 hits. Talking with pitching coach Rob Hippie today, and he said he was really encouraged with what he saw from Darius. It's a good 3-pitch mix, good command on all of his pitches. He's not going to blow you away with top-notch stuff or anything like that, not going to light up the radar gun, but he knows how to pitch. He really does, and he's a talented left-hander. And on the mound for Victoria, they're going with a right-hander, DJ Peters, who has not pitched since June 6th against Wenatchee. Went 4 innings in that start, gave up 1 earned run on 3 hits, a couple of walks, and 4 strikeouts. The right-hander, a native of Mesa, Arizona. His father, Don, a former first-round pick in the Major League, so there's some athletic bloodlines there. And out of Scottsdale Community College in Arizona. Talented right-hander, 6 feet tall, 170 pounds, making his first start in 2 weeks for Victoria. And the Pippins will send lefty Darius Garcia to the mound. We'll take a quick break here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network, and when we return, we'll get you the starting lineups and the national anthems, because we've got O Canada too, here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto. where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or, for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
Welcome back to the Yakima Valley Pippins pregame show presented by Yakima Craft Brewing Company. Founded in 2007, Yakima Craft produces high-quality ales and lagers with an emphasis on full-bodied taste and unique character that pairs great with Pippins baseball. Enjoy Yakima Craft at the Orchard all summer long. I'm Miles Klotz, pleased to have you with me for coverage of tonight's game between the Yakima Valley Pippins and the Victoria HarbourCats. We've got Zach and Austin running the controls today on the video side, only the video side. Mixler, our audio provider, still having some issues, working out some serious database problems, but hopefully those are fixed as soon as possible so we can get you back on the audio side as well. Take a look at the starting lineups today as the two managers, Marcus McKimmey for the Pippins and Todd Haney for the HarbourCats, meet at the plate right now. For Victoria, coming in at 9-5 on the season, 5-3 away from home at Royal Athletic Park, tied for first in the West Coast League North Division with the Bellingham Bells, who are in action tonight in Corvallis. They lead off with the second baseman, Parker Bramlett. Batting second, Victoria native, the center fielder, Jason Willow. The DH hits third, Chase Wesner. Frankie Neiman, one of the best hitters in the West Coast League so far this season. He's the cleanup hitter and plays catcher. Griffin Paxton hitting fifth and playing third base. Emilio Nogales bats sixth and is the first baseman. Nick Adams in right field, batting seventh, Nick Adams playing right field and batting seventh. Nate Pacoda in left field, batting eighth and playing left field. Trevor Parro rounds out the order and plays shortstop for Victoria. Again, for Victoria, Bramlett, Willow, and Wesner, Neiman, Paxton, and Nogales, Adams, Pacoda, and Parro, with right-handed pitcher DJ Peters on the mound, making his second start of the summer. For the Pippins, they enter today at 8-6 on the year, 6-2 here at Yakima County Stadium, a game back of the tied for first place in the North Division, Bellingham and Victoria. Tanner Parker leads off again for the third straight game and plays shortstop. Luke Schwartz bats second in center field. Henry Gargas hits in the 3 spot for the first time in his Pippins career and plays right field. James Bell back behind the plate after DHing yesterday. He's the cleanup hitter. Greg Fuchs in left field, batting fifth. Owen Cobb is the shortstop, bats sixth. Tyler Rando in his Pippins debut, just got into town today, hits seventh and is the designated hitter. Josh Hahn at first base, in the field for the first time in a Pippins uniform as the starter. He has come into the field as a substitute before. He bats eighth, and Ty Delancey playing second base and rounding out the order. Again, for the Pippins, Tanner Parker, Luke Schwartz, Henry Gargas, Bell, Fuchs, and Cobb, Rando, Hahn, and Delancey, with southpaw Darius Garcia on the mound to make his second start of the summer. Take a look at the scoreboard around the West Coast League. Only one game has gotten underway so far, Bellingham and Corvallis, as the Bells look to take the series from the Knights after a big win last night and keep their place in first place in the WCL's North Division. Reminder, if the Bells lose to Corvallis and the Pippins pick up a win against Victoria, the Pippins will enter tomorrow's off day in sole possession of first place in the WCL North Division. They do need Bellingham to lose, however. With a win here and a Bellingham win, they'll still be a game back. They need a win and a Corvallis win. And Bellingham tomorrow continues their road trip down south to take on a struggling Bend Elks team. So really need Corvallis to win today if the Pippins want to be in first place entering the off day tomorrow. Wenatchee wraps up their series with Port Angeles, looking for the road sweep of the lefties. Portland is in Walla Walla, finishing up that series. And Cowlitz, after a huge comeback last night against Ridgefield, they conclude their series with the Raptors in Longview. That's the slate of games in the West Coast League. Couple of teams have the night off. Bend, after wrapping up that series, getting swept by Corvallis. They are not in action. And Kelowna, who headed back to Kelowna last night, got in really early in the morning, 4 or 5 a.m. They also have the day off. before they welcome in the Cowlitz Black Bears this weekend for a 3-game series. Take a look at the standings in the West Coast League. We've talked about that top of the North Division a little bit already. Bellingham and Victoria all up at the top at 9-5. The Pippins a game back at 8-6. Port Angeles and Wenatchee both 6-8. They're both 3 games back. Wenatchee starting to heat up a little bit after a slow start, which included getting swept here at the Orchard, and Port Angeles the opposite. They started off hot. They're starting to slip a little bit as their offense was putting up unsustainably good numbers, and they're starting to come back down to earth a little bit, and the record is reflecting that. Kelowna at 3-9, the worst record in the West Coast League. They're 5 games back in the North Division, but definitely saw some things from Kelowna over the last couple of days. You can see a team that they're going to be competitive throughout the year. They're not just going to roll over just because they're in last place. In the South, Walla Walla 9-2 on the year, still the best record in the West Coast League, although they've played the fewest games of any WCL team. Ridgefield 9-5, they're a game and a half back. Corvallis at 6-5, they are 3 games back. Bend 5-7, they are 4.5 games back. They were off to a good start. Their pitching was looking a lot better than last year's staff, and then they gave up 34 runs in back-to-back games, 17 runs in consecutive games to these HarbourCats, meaning 34 runs total in those 2 games. And yeah, this is a very good Victoria lineup, certainly hitting a lot better than when they were here just a week ago. Shows you how much things can change in 1 week in early season summer ball. Portland 5-9, they are 5.5 games back. And Cowlitz at 4-10, the league's second worst record and the bottom of the South Division. They are 6.5 games back. Umpires today, Kyle Katz is the plate umpire. Brendan Lynch is in the field. The 4th straight game that this 2-man crew has been at Yakima County Stadium. It'll be a new crew in this weekend when the Pippins welcome in 3-time reigning league champion Corvallis. And the Pippins are going to get very familiar with Corvallis over the next 10 days or so. It's 3 against Corvallis, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Then a 3-game series in Port Angeles, followed by 3 in Corvallis down at Goss Stadium. Be a real test. The Knights have got most all of their players in at this point, including a couple of highly touted incoming freshmen, and they will be a tough test. They will pose a steep challenge, and they will face the Pippins 6 of their next 10 games, including today. 3 at home, and then 3 down at beautiful Goss Stadium in Corvallis when the Pippins hit their road for their first long road trip of the season. Thankfully, they've got a day off tomorrow to prepare for that. Starting lineups being introduced here at the Orchard. The Pippins and the Victoria HarbourCats getting set for their 3rd and final matchup in the United States in 2019 in the regular season. They will face off up north of the border in July. Really looking forward to that trip. Should be a lot of fun. My first time in British Columbia. I'm certainly excited for it. And really, I've barely spent much time in Canada, so that should be a real fun trip. And hopefully quite a bit warmer, too, because right now it is not the nicest day for baseball. There is a harsh wind blowing in from left field. I was talking with a couple of guys during batting practice, but this is not a good day to be a right-handed hitter. And Pippins manager Marcus McKimmey doesn't really have much of a choice with position players right now, but he did get 4 lefties and a switch hitter into the lineup against right-hander DJ Peters. So hopefully the left-handed batters can not take advantage of the wind, but at least try and minimize its effects by hitting the balls out to right field. Even though the wind didn't really make a huge difference yesterday, it was certainly blowing in from left, and it's about 16 to 18 miles per hour blowing in right now on a kind of chilly day. 65 degrees, some cloud cover, particularly out to left field. Not a real threat of rain, but certainly not the most picture-perfect day for baseball. And after the stretch of hot days we had last week, certainly not a terrible day, but I would certainly not be super happy if I was a player down on the field. Now we'll take a listen into the national anthems here at Yakima County Stadium. We'll have "O Canada" for the last time at home in 2019, and then the American Star-Spangled Banner. So let's take a listen in here at the Orchard. Two solid renditions of our nation's colors and of our friends from north of the border. Hello to everyone tuning in tonight, whether you be a Pippins fan, and I know HarbourCats fans probably tuning in with the HarbourCats not bringing a traveling broadcaster. Glad you could join me. My name is Miles Klotz. We've got Austin and Zach on the controls, so whether you're a Pippins fan or a HarbourCats fan, let's just all enjoy the fact that a beautiful game of baseball is about to be played here at the Orchard. And the left-hander, Darius Garcia, gets the ball for the Pippins. Second start of the summer for the left-hander out of UC Irvine. Took the loss, a hard-luck loss in his debut on Saturday in Bellingham. Went 5+ innings, gave up 2 runs, only one of which was earned. Walked a couple, struck out 3, allowed 4 hits. Really was an encouraging outing, though. Everyone that I spoke to after involved with the organization, including Darius himself, was really, really pleased with the left-hander's performance. He's not somebody that's going to blow up the radar gun, but he really knows how to pitch, has good command of all of his offerings, works from behind, works backwards, and put together a really good outing against a real good Bellingham lineup. But there has been no lineup better in the West Coast League in the early goings than Victoria, so this will be a real test for the young lefty who only threw 8 innings in the spring for UC Irvine. He should eclipse that number with the Pippins today, as he's already at 5 on the season, and he should be a big part of this rotation going forward. He's 5 feet 8 inches tall, 175 pounds, a native of Cerritos, California, down in Southern California, and he will be a sophomore for the Anteaters of UC Irvine in the fall, a program that the Pippins have had a lot of success with. We actually saw several UC Irvine Anteaters from the Pippins teams of the past drafted a couple of weeks ago in the MLB draft. Christian Koss, a shortstop, Mikey Falia, a supremely talented defensive outfielder, and a right-handed pitcher, Jordan Bacco, just to name a few of the Pippins and the Anteaters turned Pippins turned pros. And hopefully Darius Garcia, the left-hander, can become the next of that bunch. And he'll face a Victoria order that is really talented and a little bit different from the order we saw when they were in town a week ago. And it starts with Parker Bramlett, Jason Willow, and Chase Wesner. Bramlett to lead it off. We did see Parker Bramlett here a week ago, the right-handed batter out of Angelo State University in Texas. We are right around 6:40 p.m. Pacific time here in Yakima. And Darius Garcia, the lefty, ready to fire in his first offering of the night on a chilly, windy, and cloudy night here in the Valley. But there's no precipitation, so we're playing ball. Left on right, Garcia kicks and delivers. And his first pitch, change up at the knees for strike 1. Coming in at 6:41 Pacific time, we're underway, and Garcia ahead in the count, 0-1. Shakes off his first sign from James Bell, now gets the one he likes, and the 0-1 pitch. There's a fastball down and in, 1 ball and 1 strike on Bramlett. hitting .282 from the right side, no homers and 4 RBIs. He's got 9 stolen bases on the year. That's second most in the West Coast League. Cobb, a little bit in at third, almost on the edge of the grass. And the 1-1 changeup misses down and in, 2-1. Kyle Katz is calling balls and strikes. Brendan Lynch, the base umpire, currently situated down past the first base line in foul territory. 2-1. Line drive to right. Backs up Gargas, still going, back into his left, leaps, and it's off the top of his glove, and then bounces off the base of the wall. Bramlett around first, he gets to second with a leadoff double here at the top of the first for Victoria. And while the wind is blowing in from left, it's also pushing the balls out to right a tad, and that was one that Gargas initially came in on, noticed that the wind was giving it some carry, and by the time he backed up, he got a lot closer to that than it looked like he might off the crack of the bat. But Bramlett does lead things off with a double, his first extra base hit of the summer. And now Jason Willow bats in a scoreless game, top of the first. Willow, a Victoria native. The first pitch to the right-hand hitter. He slices it foul out of play down the right field line, 0-1. Off to a nice start to the season, the second-year HarbourCat. 6 for his first 12, a homer and 4 RBIs. Corners playing even with their respective bags. Hahn at first, Cobb at third. Garcia turns and looks to second, now the 0-1 pitch. And there's a fly ball to right. Gargas comes in, runs to his left, towards the line, has room, reaches back and makes the catch on the warning track. But that one had some weird wind-helped carry. And Bramlett will trot up to third on the fly out, and now Chase Wesner tries to drive him in. Runner at third, less than 2 outs. Wesner, one of the other guys in this lineup for Victoria that was not on the roster when the HarbourCats were here a week ago. Right-handed hitter out of Baylor. Wide open stance from the right side. Corners in for the Pippins with Bramlett at third, 1 out. First pitch, down and in, and a good stop by James Bell, the catcher, ranging to his left. Bell is the catcher for the Pippins. Owen Cobb, the third baseman. Tanner Parker playing shortstop. Ty Delancey at second base. Josh Hahn at first. Left to right in the outfield. Greg Fuchs, Luke Schwartz, and Henry Gargas. Wesner ahead in the count, 1-0. 1 on, 1 out. No score top of the first, and he dribbles this foul off of his foot. And the count now 1-1. HarbourCats in their road navy blue uniforms, the white HC logo on the chest. White numbers on the back with a light blue trim, very slight, and the traveling gray pants. Red caps for Victoria with a navy blue brim. Out of the stretch, the 1-1 from Garcia. There's a line shot over the head of Delancey at second. It drops in right field for a base hit. Bramlett comes in to score on the RBI single from Chase Wesner. His 8th RBI in just his 4th game of the year. And the HarbourCats have a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. Chase Wesner, in each of his first 3 games this year, has had 2 or more RBIs. And now he makes it 4 straight with RBIs, period, by driving home Bramlett. Now 1 on, 1 out, and a 1-0 Victoria lead in the first inning for Frankie Neiman, who, name an offensive category in the West Coast League, he probably leads it, but he pops the first pitch up high and out of play to the right side. Batting .522 on the year and 46 trips to the plate. A .600 on-base percentage, which is tops in the WCL. 13 RBIs. Twice this year, Neiman has had a 5-for-5 performance. Garcia fires, and a good changeup dots the knees for strike 2. 1-0 Victoria. We're in the top of the first. Chase Wesner at first after an RBI single. And right-handed hitting Frankie Neiman at the plate for the Cats. The 0-2 is down and in with a fastball in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pippins in their home white uniforms for the second straight night. Green Pippins across the chest, green numbers with a slight black trim, white pants, and the dark green caps for the Pips today. Runner takes off the 1-2, grounded down the third base line, and it goes foul. And the hit and run does not pay off, and it stays 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, 1 on. HarbourCats ahead by a run here in the first. Neiman carrying over a lot of the momentum he had in the spring when he saw extended time at Tulane for the first time in his career and was a second-team all-conference pick for the Green Wave. Garcia with the 1-2, and just misses outside with a fastball, and nearly got him looking on the outside edge. And Neiman has been difficult to strike out this year, as you might expect. Only 7 strikeouts in 46 at-bats. That's just over 15% of the time. 1 on, 1 out, 1-0 Victoria, top first. Garcia fires, and there's a hard line drive to left. Fuchs comes on, but it drops in front of him for a base hit. And Frankie Neiman, the West Coast League leader in batting average, with a 1-out single here in the top of the first. And this is unusual. Garcia only gave up 4 hits in 5+ innings on Saturday. Now 3 hits, all of which were fairly well hit. We're still in the top of the first. 1-0 Victoria, but here's a left-handed batter, Griffin Paxton. The Texan waits on the first offering and takes it on the outside edge with a fastball for strike 1 called. Garcia is throwing a lot of strikes. 2 on, 1 out. 1-0 Victoria, top of the first. A look to second where Wesner has a slight lead, neither runner being held. The 0-1 is bounced down the first base line and it rolls foul just past the Victoria dugout and out of play. 0-2 on Paxton. Garcia steps off, now rests with the black glove on his upper thigh. Gets the signs from Bell and sets letter high. Short look to second, the 0-2. There's a line shot, little blooper, drops into left field for a base hit. That'll bring Wesner around third. Parker's relay throw, home, bounces away from the catcher Bell. Wesner scores, and both runners move into scoring position on the throwing error from Tanner Parker. It's 2-0 Victoria, 2 in scoring position on a little bloop single the opposite way from Griffin Paxton. And man, that was a real good throw from Parker, but it just took a heavy bounce. James Bell able to get it on a lower bounce. They probably tag out Wesner there. And now Josh Hahn, the first baseman, will go have a word with Darius Garcia. Frankie Neiman moves up to third. Paxton the second on a single and then an error. 2 in scoring position, still just 1 out, and a 2-0 Victoria lead here in Yakima. First pitch. And Emilio Nogales, the left-handed batter, takes a fastball in the dirt, down and away, 1-0. Both runs charged as earned to Darius Garcia, but there's really nothing he could have done about a ball that got soft contact, but with Owen Comp, the third baseman, playing in, there was no way he could get to it on the shallow outfield grass. Pitch. Fastball in the outside corner, called a strike, 1-1 to Nogales. Hitting .333 on the year, no homers, 5 RBIs for Nogales. Neiman at third, Paxton at second, 1 away. 2-0 Cats, top of the first. Garcia fires the 0-1 and misses outside with a slider that Bell can't corral, but it doesn't get too far away from him, and it's 2-1. Paxton, who just had that opposite field single, and Nogales, who's hitting now, the only left-handed hitters in the lineup today for Todd Haney. Former major leaguer, now in his first year as the HarbourCats head man. Pitch. Fastball. Just missed away. Ball 2. Or ball 3, excuse me. 3 balls, 1 strike on Nogales. 2 in scoring position, 1 out. A 2-0 HarbourCats lead. We're still in the top of the first. Garcia with a long look in, his jersey flapping in the wind. He fires and gets a ground ball right side for Delancey, who waits on it, shuffles to his left, and throws to first for the out. But it does bring home Neiman from third and moves Paxton to third. And on an RBI ground out, it's 3-0 Victoria. 2 away, a runner 90 feet away in a 3-0 ball game. Victoria leading. And here's Nick Adams, the right fielder for the Cats. First pitch, cut and a miss on an outside fastball. Strike one to the right-handed hitter. Batting .237, a homer and 4 RBIs this year. He's got Paxton at third. 2 outs, 3-0 Victoria, top of the first. Pippins in an early hole. And that pitch cut on and missed. Good outside changeup, strike two. That was one thing I noticed on Saturday with Garcia against Bellingham, was loves that outside changeup to right-handed hitters. And he's already gotten a few of these HarbourCats to swing and miss. See where he goes here on 0-2. The pitch. Went with a changeup again and missed down and in for a ball, 1-2. So Pippins will be working from behind. This is a team that has found themselves in that hole quite a bit this season, but they are 7-3 when their opponent scores first. There's a line drive left center field and a base hit for Nick Adams. Paxton scores from third, and the HarbourCats lead 4-0 in the top of the first. 5 hits off of Darius Garcia this inning. He hadn't even surrendered 5 hits in 5 innings against the Bellingham Bells. And this is a first inning he's going to want to forget. But the good thing is, it's still the first inning, so there's plenty of time for Garcia to rebound. Here's Nate Pacoda, the left fielder, with 1 on, 2 outs, and Victoria leading 4-0. Darius with a long set. Looks to first, where Hahn holds. The pitch. A changeup for a strike at the letters, 0-1. Nate Pacoda, a .290 hitter, no homers, 3 RBIs. 0 for 5 last week in 2 games when the Cats were in town. Victoria leading by 4, top of the first. Hahn holds the runner. Garcia delivers the 0-1 pitch, and a late swing and a foul out of play off to the right, 0-2. 8th man to bat this inning for the HarbourCats. And the Pippins have not usually been victims to the big inning this season, particularly with their starting pitchers. This is a rarity. 0-2, 2 outs. Runner takes off, and the pitch is lined over the head of the shortstop Parker and into left center field for a base hit. Good jump from Adams. He'll make it to third on the 6th hit of the inning by the HarbourCats, and it brings up the 9-hole hitter, Trevor Parro, with 2 away. Now you just feel bad for Garcia because some of these aren't even really being hit all that hard. Now Rob Hippie, Pippin's pitching coach, will make a first-inning mound visit that I'm sure he was hoping he wouldn't have to make, as he trots out to talk with Darius Garcia, the left-hander out of UC Irvine, who was so impressive on Saturday in Bellingham and has gotten off to a difficult start here today against Victoria. 4-0 Cats. We're in the top of the first. Time to take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard. Corvallis 1, Bellingham 0 in the bottom of the second in Corvallis. Wenatchee and Port Angeles, no score in the top of the second in Port Angeles. Portland ahead of Walla Walla 2-0, that game in the bottom of the first. And Ridgefield and Cowlitz are scoreless in the top of the second down in Longview. First base, catcher, pitcher, pitching coach. Mound visit now concluded. Coach Hippie sporting a long blue undershirt underneath the short sleeve sport jacket. I'm sporting a pretty similar look on one of the coldest nights of the season. These sport jackets that they gave us are super comfy, but they are short-sleeved. So on days like today, you have to make some modifications. Here's Parro, the shortstop. He slices the first pitch, foul down off to the right, and atop the picnic deck, 0-1. Runners on the corners for the HarbourCats. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first and a 4-0 Victoria lead. Largest deficit the Pippins have worked back from this year was a 3-run deficit in Ridgefield. They came back to win on the second day of the regular season. The kick in the 0-1 from Garcia. There's a ground ball hard up the middle, and it skips off of Delancey's glove and into center field. A run is in to score. Prakota around second, headed for third, and the throw hits him on his foot, and now he's going to try and take home, but will hold up there and trot back to third. Another run is in for Victoria, and it's 5-0. The Cats have batted around as Parker Bramlett, who led this inning off nearly 15 minutes ago, will come back to the plate with a 5-0 lead. We'll see how they score that. It was a really sharp hit and really difficult play for Ty Delancey. Paro gets to second, Pakota to third, and it is scored a single up the middle for Trevor Paro. And it brings up Bramlett, who led off this inning with a double. Garcia pitches, and there's a fly ball to right. Garg is back into his left, now trots on a little bit, reaches up and makes the catch, and the inning comes to a close. But Victoria with a big first inning, 5 runs on 7 hits, no errors, and they leave 2 stranded. We go to the bottom of the first, Pippins to take their first cuts, trailing 5-0 on the Nathan's famous broadcast network.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases, old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
We go to the bottom of the first here in Yakima, and not the start that the Pippins were hoping for, that's for sure. 5 runs for Victoria in the top of the first on 7 hits, an error, and they even left 2 in scoring position. Certainly not the start that Darius Garcia was hoping for, but the Pippins will have an opportunity to make that up because guess what? This is a 9-inning game, not a 1-inning game. And they'll start it off against right-hander DJ Peters, making his first start since 2 weeks ago today against Wenatchee when he went 4 innings, took a no decision, allowed 2 runs, 1 of them earned on 3 hits, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. And he faces the red-hot Tanner Parker. In fact, I think Tanner's upgraded from red-hot status to white-hot status as he comes to the plate in search of his 9th consecutive multiple-hit game after going 2 for 5 last night with a 3-run double and a 2-run homer. And he hits here from the left side with the Pippins trailing 5-0. He'll be followed by Luke Schwartz and Henry Gargas in this bottom of the first. Peters is set. The righty kicks and delivers the first pitch, and Parker fouls it back to the backstop 0-1. Waiting for a piece of debris to get taken off the field. Now our home plate umpire is ready. So here's the 0-1. Parker with a soft foul bouncing down the first base line 0-2. Mentioned it in the top of the first inning, but the largest deficit that the Pippins have come back from this year to win a game was 3. Now, of course, the season's only been 2 weeks. The 0-2, Parker takes a changeup high and away, 1-2. But if they can come back and win, they will be coming close to team records at that point, would have to think. The kick on the 1-2. Curveball swung on and missed, strike 3. That was a heck of a breaker from Peters, and he strikes out the red-hot Parker for the first out. Now here's Luke Schwartz, the center fielder, hitting 152 on the year, no homers and a couple of RBIs for Luke. 0 for 4 yesterday, and he takes a curveball for a strike at the knees from Peters, 0-1. 5-0 Victoria. We're in the bottom of the first in Yakima. Nobody on, 1 out. Appreciate everybody tuning in. I know a lot of Victoria fans probably tuned in with the Cats not traveling a broadcaster. Glad to have you with us. There's a hard ground ball on one hop, toughly taken in by Bramlett, the second baseman. From the outfield grass, he clutches and throws to first for the out. That was a nice play by Bramlett at second. Parker is joined defensively by Emilio Nogales at first. Trevor Parro, the shortstop. Griffin Paxton at third. Frankie Neiman is the catcher. Nate Pacoda, the left fielder. Nick Adams is the right fielder. And Jason Willow has duties in center field for Victoria. Here's Henry Gargis, another guy who's been heating up at the plate as of late. 8 straight games with a base knock. Hitting .231 on the year, no homers, couple of RBIs. First pitch is fouled back, high atop the press box, out of play. Nobody on, 2 outs, 5-0 Victoria here in the bottom of the first inning at the Orchard. Gargis, the Yakima native, was our Pippins player of the game last night, presented by Treetop. The 0-1. A changeup high and away for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. 5 runs on 7 hits in the top of the first for Victoria, but a fielding error by Tanner Parker rendered only 2 of them as earned for Darius Garcia. 1-1. Good curveball. Swung on and missed on the outside corner, 1-2. Hard to throw a trio of better breaking pitches than DJ Peters has in this inning. He has been quite impressive. A tiny shift to the right here for Gargis, both the infield and the outfield. Right fielder Adams is very deep. The 1-2. High and away with a fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on, 2 out. Pippins trailing by 5. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Curveball hammered deep to right field. Adams back towards the wall. He turns, looks up. That ball's gone. Henry Gargis with his first home run in a Pippins uniform. And it's 5-1. The hometown kid gets a large round of applause as he rounds the bases for the first time at the Orchard and cuts the deficit down to 4 and extends his hitting streak to 9 games. Here's James Bell. Bell 1 for 8 in his first 2 games with the Pippins. Nobody on, 2 out, 5-1 Victoria. Now home plate umpire Kyle Katz walks over to the Pippins dugout and is handed a couple of balls by the young bat boy. It took Gargis a little bit, but he crushed that hanging breaking ball. That ball leaves the yard, windy day or not. He took that one for a ride. Here's the pitch to Bell. Another hanging breaking ball, but it hangs in there for a strike. At the top of the zone, 0-1 to James, who's back behind the plate today after DHing yesterday. Bunch of changes in the Pippins department of catchers. The 0-1, there's a breaking ball that skips in the dirt, 1-1. 5-1 Victoria, bottom first, nobody on, 2 outs. Justin Lutz left the team today. Spencer Bramwell also. Bramwell suffering with an injury. 1-1 pitch. Bell takes a high fastball for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Tyler Rando, who's the DH today, just got in town this morning. He's also a catcher. The 2-1 pitch. There's a low fastball, ball 3. So those are your 3 catchers as of now. Bell, Rando, and Corey Siracusa, who had his best game of the season yesterday, 2 for 4. 3-1 pitch. Line drive, and that is just past the glove of the outstretched second baseman, Bramlett, into center field. A base hit for James Bell, and back-to-back 2-out hits for the Pippins here in the bottom of the first. Brings up Greg Fuchs. Pippins still trailing 5-1. Fuchs playing in his 4th game with Yakima Valley. Just 1 hit, but he's drawn 6 walks in his first 3 games. Peters out of the stretch for the first time. Works quickly and fires a strike on the outside corner at Fuchs, who hits from the left side, plays left field. He used to be a catcher, but I asked him about it, and he said he dropped catching pretty early on in his Oregon State career and focusing on the outfield only. The 0-1 skips in the dirt, down and away with an off-speed offering, 1-1. And kind of a shame, maybe, because he would have had no better mentor this year at school than one of the best catchers in the nation, the best catcher in the nation, Adley Rutschman, who was the #1 overall pick in the draft. Fly ball to center, playable for Willow, who backs up a few steps and puts it away in dead center field, and that retires the side. But the Pippins get one on a solo home run from Yakima's own Henry Gargas. And at the end of one, it's 5-1 Victoria on the Nathan's famous broadcast network.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good, because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or two. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or, for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
We go to the top of the second inning here in Yakima. Darius Garcia back to the mound for the Pippins. The left-hander gave up 5 runs, only 2 of them earned in his first inning of work. But back at it for the second with the Pippins on the board, 5-1 after a Henry Gargas solo home run. And it'll be Jason Willow to lead off in the top of the second for Victoria. The HarbourCats leading it by 4, not 5 anymore. 2-3-4 with Willow to start it off. Left-hander versus right-hander. And Garcia delivers the pitch. And there's a slow dribbler off to the right, but bouncing foul. The dimensions here at Yakima County Stadium, it's 293 down both the left and right field lines, but quickly juts out to about 330 and the very tall fence. 406 to dead center, 365 to the power alley in left center, and 375 to the power alley in right center. Garcia with the 0-1, and there's a hard line drive right to Parker. He takes it on one bounce, spins, throws on to first, and a good stretch by Josh Hahn for the first out. Difficult play made easy by a couple of pros over on the infield, and now one away for Chase Wesner. Wesner 1 for 1 today with an RBI single. Spelled Wehsener. And he takes a fastball on the outside corner, strike 1 called. New look for the HarbourCats that we did not see last week. They've got these bright blue, ocean blue batting helmets. I'm a big fan personally. I think they're really cool. 0-1 from Garcia. Hack and a miss at a down low changeup. Really good pitch. And he had Wesner way in front of that one. 0-2. Bases clear, 1 out, 5-1 Victoria, top of the second. Garcia delivers and misses high and away with a fastball for ball 1. Pitch. Cut on and missed for strike 3, the first strikeout for Darius Garcia. And there's 2 away here in the top of the second. Frankie Neiman hits a single into left his last time up. The pitch to the right-handed hitter, a fastball taken at the knees for a strike, 0-1. So a good start to this bounce-back inning for Darius Garcia. The lefty works ahead in the count. And his 0-1, hack and a miss at a down-low fastball, 0-2. And Neiman is not an easy out. He's hitting over 500 2 weeks into the season. Garcia ready. Leg kick in the 0-2. And there is a changeup that just missed outside, ball 1. 1-2 count, 2 outs, nobody on. 5-1 Victoria, top of the second inning. Couple of lefties to follow, so I'm sure Garcia would love to get rid of the pesky Neiman and start with a couple of lefties in the third. His 1-2 pitch. Ground ball towards third for Owen Cobb. Takes it on the backhand, straightens up, throws across the diamond, in time for the third out. Great defensive inning, great pitching, and a great rebound by Darius Garcia. 1-2-3, the HarbourCats down in the second. We go to the bottom of the second here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Call this home, that's where I belong, that's where I belong. Call this home, that's where I belong, that's where I belong.
Finding the right home is inspiring. That's why at Banner, we listen, learn, and help you find the home loan that lets you achieve your dreams.
That's where I belong.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
We go to the bottom of the second here in Yakima. The second inning brought to you by Pingree Ford, your trusted Ford dealership in Sela. With an extensive new and pre-owned inventory, visit Pingree Ford at 102 West Natchez Avenue in Sela when you're looking for your next vehicle. Just waiting on the catcher, Frankie Neiman, who grounded out to end the top of the second to get the gear on and take the warm-up pitches from DJ Peters. Pippins trailing 5-1. A good bounce-back inning in the top of the second from Darius Garcia. And now Owen Cobb, Tyler Rando, and Josh Hahn to the plate here in the home half of the second inning. Cobb to lead it off. The right-handed hitter batting .320, a homer, and 9 RBIs for the freshman. On a windy, chilly night here in the Valley. Glad to have you with me. Home plate umpire Kyle Katz is ready. And Cobb digs in. Even stance from the right side. Peters ready to go. And his first pitch is lifted out to deep left, but playable for Pacoda. Back into his left, still backpedaling, and he camps under it and makes the catch in medium depth left center field, 1 away. Well struck by Cobb, but he's out. Now Tyler Rando to the plate to make his Pippins debut. Tyler Rando got in town today. A right-handed hitting catcher. The first offering, curveball for a strike. At the knees, 0-1. Spent some time at junior college. We'll head to Gonzaga in the fall. Peters is 0-1. Another curveball, grounded right side, right to Bramlett. Ranges to his left and slings it sidearm onto first for the out. So the first at-bat for Tyler in a Pippins uniform. He grounds out the opposite way. It brings up Josh Hahn here with one on, with nobody on and 2 out. Hahn, a left-handed hitter, still looking for that first hit in a Pippins uniform as he readjusts his white and black batting gloves. 5-1 Victoria, bottom of the second inning. Nobody on, 2 outs. Peters fires. And Hahn gives this one a ride out to deep right. Adams back, turn towards the wall. That ball was off the top of the wall. Extra bases, well, it could have been extra bases for Hahn, but it took such a sharp bounce off the top of the wall that it went right back to Adams, who hurled it to the cutoff man. And Josh Hahn has held to the best hit single the Pippins will have all year. There's his first hit in a Pippins uniform, and he was an inch shy of a home run. And the ball was certainly flying out to right tonight as Ty Delancey comes to the plate. Switch hitter bats left. 5-1 Victoria, bottom second, 1 on, 2 out. Peters delivers. And a changeup misses just outside for ball 1. Delancey 1 for 3 with an RBI in his Pippins debut yesterday. Second straight day playing second base. Takes the 1-0 up high with a fastball. 2-0 from Peters, who served up a gopher ball to Henry Gargas in the first. Pippins are hitting him hard. 2-0 pitch. Hahn off of first. There's a changeup on the outside corner. Strike one called. But that 5-run first inning is going to be a big cloud looming over this game from start to finish. 2-1. Line drive, left center field. That one's got a chance to get down, and it does, in the gap for a base hit. Hahn around second. He heads to third. Throw to second. Gets over the head of Bramlett, but a nice backup by Emilio Nogales at first base holds both runners. Now runners at the corners for Tanner Parker in the top of the order for the Pippins. So the first hit out of the infield, I should say, for Ty Delancey in a Pips uniform. And now a runners on the corners. 2-out situation for DJ Peters. Facing Tanner Parker, who he struck out in the first. But Tanner, one of the hottest hitters in the West Coast League, 486 over his 9-game hitting streak. And he takes a breaking pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Delancey at first, Hahn at third, 2 outs, 5-1 Victoria, bottom second. Delancey held at first by Nogales. First pitch, or the 1-0, excuse me. A curveball at the knees for strike 1. Victoria playing the wind here in the outfield. The left fielder, Pecota, is very shallow. Right fielder, Nick Adams, is very deep, maybe 10, 15 steps from the warning track. And center fielder Jason Willow is playing to his left. There's a throw to first. Delancey back underneath the tag. 2 on, 2 out, 5-1. Victoria ahead, bottom of the second inning. Peters fires, and there's a ground ball right towards Nogales at first. He takes 1 step to his left to retire Parker and retire the side. Pippins strand a couple on 2 2-out hits. And after 2 here in Yakima, it's 5-1 Victoria on the Nathan's famous broadcast network.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce 2 of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
We go to the third inning here in Yakima. It's 5-1 Victoria. And Griffin Paxton, Emilio Nogales, Nick Adams, 5-6-7 for the HarbourCats. Here in the third inning against Darius Garcia, who had a tough first, but looked locked in that second inning. And he gets a pair of lefties in the top of the third. Starting with Paxton. RBI single his first time. Garcia ready. Shoulders square towards home. Leg kick and the first pitch. A fastball in the outside corner and a called first strike. The 0-1. Ground ball hard down the first base line and just past the glove of Josh Hahn, but foul. And down into the bullpen that is in foul territory in the field of play down the right field line. One of the HarbourCats pitchers is being super daring right now, still in his shorts. It is cold, bro. Put some pants on, man. The 0-2. Slider down and away for ball 1. 1 and 2. Like, even if you're not pitching, I don't know how anyone can be wearing shorts with the wind and the temperature right now. Nobody on, nobody out. We're just starting this top of the third. 5-1 Victoria leading. The Pippins doing a better job offensively than normal. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got it with the slider. The second strikeout for Darius Garcia, and he's now set down 5 in a row. Here's another left-handed hitter, Emilio Nogales. Lefty swinger out of Fresno State. RBI ground out back in the first. Garcia comes set and fires the first pitch, which is lined right back up the middle and skips into center field for a base hit. One-out single for Emilio Nogales, and it will bring Nick Adams to the plate for the Cats. One on, one out, 5-1 Victoria in the top of the third inning. Nick Adams had a single into left center field, softly hit back in the first. Garcia out of the stretch, fires. Adams takes a hack at an outside changeup, swings right through it, 0-1. All three of Garcia's pitches are solid offerings, at the very least. And he's confident enough to throw, it appears, all three in basically any count. The lefty's 0-1. Another changeup. That might have been a fastball, actually, on the down outside corner. Hack and a miss for strike 2. Certainly the changeup more to lefties, the changeup more to righties, I beg your pardon. The slider more to lefties. See what he goes with here on 0-2. 1 on, 1 out. Pitch. Went with a slider, and it got right through Bell's legs on a wild pitch, so Nogales makes it up to second. Now the double play no longer in order with 1 away, and Victoria is still holding on to a 4-run lead. Garcia takes the sign. Sets and looks to second, where Nogales leads. Now the 1-2. That's down and in, skips in the dirt, but a nice stop by James Bell on a low fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On the Peoria, Illinois native. A bearded right-handed batter. Nogales with a 2-stride lead off second. Garcia's 2-strike pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball in the dirt. Bell throws down to first on the ball in the dirt. And a big second out and a big third strikeout for Darius Garcia, who's got a big smile on his face after that pitch. Now Nate Pacoda comes to the plate, 2 down. Pacoda with a single in the first. 5-1 Victoria, top of the third. 8 hits for the HarbourCats, 4 hits for the Pippins already through 2 2/3 innings. Darius with the letter high set. Turns and looks to second and fires the first offering. Fastball at the knees, strike 1. Pacoda hits from the right side. Slightly open stance with his back foot deep in the batter's box. The pitch. Chopping ground ball just past the glove of the third baseman Cobb into left field. They wave Nogales around third. Here's the throw from left field. It is offline, not in time. Nogales scores to make it 6-1 Victoria. Greg Fuchs with a throw that was a little too late and a little up the line. And an RBI single. That run is earned on Garcia. And it's back to a 5-run lead for Victoria. And Trevor Parro to the plate with 2 down. Parro with an RBI single back in the first. Darius fires, runner takes off, pitch down and in. Bell double clutches, and his throw is way late. He might have had a chance if he didn't hesitate on the throw. And Nate Piccota with his 3rd stolen base of the year. Man in scoring position, 2 down, a 6-1 Victoria lead, top of the 3rd. Garcia turning a look to second. Now the kick in the 1-0. And there's a change up on the inside corner for a called first strike. Corvallis 2, Bellingham 1, top of the 4th. Again, if the Pippins come back to win, and Bellingham beats Corvallis, Pippins will move into first place in the West Coast League North Division. There's a hard ground ball foul down the third base line, 1-2. Wenatchee ahead of Port Angeles, 4-0 in the 3rd. Ridgefield 2, Cowlitz 0, bottom of the 4th. And Walla Walla leads Portland 5-3 in the top of the 3rd at Borleski Stadium. 6-1 Victoria here in Yakima, top of the 3rd inning. Darius Garcia looking for his 3rd strikeout of the inning, trying to set down the 9-hitter Trevor Parro, who's batting for the 2nd time in 3 frames. 1-2. Breaking pitch in the dirt, skips away from Bell, and that allows Piccota to get to 3rd on a wild pitch. 2nd of the inning on that breaking ball from Darius Garcia. Piccota 90 feet away with 2 outs, though. Run across this inning for Victoria on a single, make it 6-1. The infield backs up a hair on a cloudy night, windy and cold. 2-2. Hard ground ball, left side of the infield. Diving stop by Cobb to his left, gets up, throws to first. Throw is not in time. And it's an infield RBI single for Trevor Parro to make it 7-1 Victoria. Heck of a play by Owen Cobb, but it goes for naught. And now back to the top of the order for the Cats and Parker Bramlett, who's batting for the 3rd time already. We're here in the 3rd inning. Both runs this inning are earned to Darius Garcia, and he's given up 10 hits. Tough start for the lefty. Nobody in the Pippins bullpen, though. First pitch to Bramlett. Changeup taken on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. I guess these are maybe some of the consequences of throwing so many strikes, as Garcia's kind of getting tapped around a bit. Bo Henderson heads down to the Pippins bullpen. The 0-1. Runner takes off, and there's a line drive into right field for a base knock. Good start by Parro. He's going to make it up to 3rd. And the 3rd consecutive hit with 2 outs for Victoria puts runners on the corners for Jason Willow. That's now 11 hits with just 2 outs in the 3rd inning for the HarbourCats. And we told you that their offense was really, really good. And it's only getting better. And it's making this pitching staff of the Pippins that has been real good all year seem mortal as Bo Henderson starts to loosen in the Pippins bullpen. 7-1 Victoria. Top of the 3rd. Runners on the corners, 2 away. And Jason Willow, who is 0 for 2. The only batter in the lineup today for the HarbourCats, and we're in the 3rd inning that doesn't have a hit. That doesn't sound like it can be true, but it is. Willow flies this down the right field line and well out of play. And it bounces off the top of the light pole. How about that? And back into the field of play, 0-1 on Jason Willow, the Victoria native out of UC Santa Barbara. Talk about going from one beautiful place to another. My goodness. The kick in the 0-1 from Garcia. Runner takes off, and there's a fly ball, right center field. Schwartz over to his left, jogs and makes the catch in the gap, and the inning draws to a close. 2 runs for the HarbourCats on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left stranded. We go to the home half of the third. It's a 7-1 Victoria lead here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now open and accepting new patients. Services include family medicine, women's health, mental health, and after-hours care. The Grandview Clinic is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week to best serve you and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome, and se habla español. This is how we care.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
We go to the bottom of the third, 7-1 HarbourCats lead over the Yakima Valley Pippins, and the 2-3-4 part of the Pippins order up here in the home half of the third inning. Luke Schwartz, Henry Gargis, and James Bell. DJ Peters out for another inning of work. The right-hander kicks and deals. And a good curveball in there for a strike 0-1. On Luke Schwartz, center fielder 0 for 1 today with a bounce out to the right side. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball tails up high, 1-1. DJ Peters, a native of Mesa, Arizona. 2 years at Scottsdale Community College. The 1-1. There's a high fly ball out to left. Sends back Pacoda. Backtracking towards deep left field, he makes the catch. About 10 steps shy of the track. Maybe a little bit more than that. And that's 1 out here in the bottom of the third for Henry Gargis. Homered in his last try. Pippins down 7-2 here in the bottom of the third inning. Peters' father, Don Peters, was a native of the Chicago area. There's a fastball down low, 1-0. Who was a first-round pick of the Oakland A's in the 90s. And he was part of a group that was known as the Four Aces in the 1990s. It was a group of Oakland A's prospects headed by a man named Todd Van Poppel. None of them actually ended up being aces. Most dealt with injuries throughout their playing career. Swing and a miss, 1-1. They were all really talented minor league pitchers, though, and Todd Van Poppel was the most notable because the Atlanta Braves wanted to pick him with the first overall pick in the 1990 draft, and he told them no and tried to scare them away with money demands. There's a high fastball to Gargis, moves him out of the way, 2-1. Nobody on, 1 out, 7-1 Victoria, bottom of the third. So the Braves said okay, and they picked a high school shortstop, a switch hitter from the state of Florida. There's a rocket down the right field line, well foul though. 2-2. If you don't already catch my drift, they drafted Chipper Jones instead. Todd Van Poppel went on to pitch over 100 games in the majors. It's a breaking ball in the dirt, 3-2, but had a career ERA of 5.58. Chipper Jones, of course, one of the greatest switch hitters of all time, in the Hall of Fame. 3-2. Here's the pitch. Oh, time called first. And for Don Peters, DJ's father, he had some arm issues. Never made the majors, even though he was a several-time top 100 prospect. And then retired in the early 2000s. Line drive to center. It backs up Willow over to his right, and he makes the catch in straightaway center field, 2 down. There's James Bell, who singled in his first try. Righty on righty with the bases clear, 2 away. Yeah, the 1990 MLB draft was not one of the better first rounds in history. If you go by career wins above replacement, you only had 2 guys who topped 30. The pitch. Line drive up the middle and into center field for a base hit. James Bell, 2 for 2, a couple of singles. Now, that's the two Hall of Famers in that group, Chipper Jones and right-handed pitcher Mike Mussina, but is a first round really that good if it produces 2 Hall of Famers and not much else? I guess, yeah, it is, just based on the quality of 2 of the best to ever play the game. But outside of those 2, it was not a strong first round in 1990. Here's Greg Fuchs with 1 on, 2 out, 7-1 Victoria in the bottom of the 3rd. First pitch, a slider down and in, and it is 1-0. Tony Clark, who's the current president of the MLB Players Association, was the 2nd pick in that draft, right after Chipper Jones. A fastball for a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. And he had a solid major league career. Alex Fernandez, good pitcher with the White Sox for several years before injuries ended his career. 1-1, a changeup in the dirt, and Bell takes off for second, and he is thrown out by about 10 steps on a pitch that didn't get as far away as he thought it might, and he is thrown out to end the inning. And we go to the 4th with the Pippins trailing 7-1 on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
Bo Henderson takes over on the mound for the Pippins. We go to the 4th inning here at the Orchard, and the 4th inning brought to you by Les Schwab. Set the standard for tire service more than 65 years ago, and they continue to go out of their way to put you on your way. With 3 locations in Yakima and Sela, the dedicated professionals at Les Schwab provide useful advice and excellent service every day. At Les Schwab, doing the right thing matters. Darius Garcia's night comes to a close after just 3 innings, with Victoria leading by 6. And Bo Henderson makes his 2nd appearance of the season. Last pitched on Sunday in that blowout loss in Bellingham. Was not very good in his first outing, but plenty of time to rebound. An inning and 2/3. He allowed 7 earned runs on 5 hits and 4 walks. Did not strike out a batter. The right-hander from Cal Poly. But pitching coach Rob Hippie is bullish on the righty and feels that he was put into a tough situation on the road in the middle of an inning in a game that was already out of hand. And what Coach Hippie told me was, you can take that first outing and throw it in the trash for Bo Henderson. So let's do just that. Pippins down 7-1. And Henderson and James Bell go over the signs. And he will face Chase Wesner to start off the top of the fourth. Wesner with a single and a strikeout in 2 trips. Third baseman Cobb playing a little in. And the first pitch, a fastball down and in for ball 1. Bo 6 foot, 3 inches tall, 195 pounds. Native of Palos Verdes Estates, California. There's a high chopping ground ball, third base side. Cobb in on the grass, makes the nice stop, throws to first in time. Owen Cobb doing it all at third today, 1 out. What a way to bring up Frankie Neiman. Single and a bounce out in 2 trips for the West Coast League's leading hitter. Ask for time as he digs in. And now readies. Right-hander Henderson delivers, and the right-hand batter takes a fastball at the knees for strike 1, 0-1. Bo only played baseball for 1 year in high school. So he is not the more experienced pitcher on, not one of the more experienced pitchers on his staff. 0-1. Yeah, that's a good breaking ball. On the inside corner, strike 2 called. Wow, I didn't think he was going to get the strike called, but he did. The count's 0-2. Now let's see what Henderson goes with here on 0-2. The kick and the pitch. Slider down and away for ball 1. Nobody out, or nobody on, 1 out. 7-1 Victoria in the top of the 4th. Bo's pitch. Breaking ball, fouled off and out of play to the right. And I think the most impressive thing about what we're seeing from Bo Henderson is when they had that radar gun working in Bellingham, even though he wasn't throwing his pitches for strikes, he was consistently in the high 80s. 1-2. Breaking ball, tapped foul off of Bell's mask and back behind the plate. I think this is a guy with more experience and more reps. You could see some low to mid-90s velocity in his future. Took a redshirt year this spring at Cal Poly. 1-2, 1 out. Base is empty for Frankie Neiman. Floridian takes down and away, ball 2. From Central Florida. Now down at Tulane, where head coach Travis Jewett down there, well connected with the Northwest. 2-2. Fly ball down the right field line, foul. He played at Lower Columbia, coached at both Washington and Washington State before stints at Vanderbilt, and now the head man at Tulane. So a lot of Tulane players in this league. 2-2 pitch to Frankie Neiman, the catcher. Henderson delivers. And he gets him to send this one out to center. Schwartz in and to his left. Makes the catch in the right center gap, 2 down. Like what I'm seeing a lot from Bo Henderson tonight. 2 quick and easy outs to start the 4th. Here's Griffin Paxton, the left-handed hitting third baseman for the Victoria.
Now batting for the Harbor Cats, 7-1
Victoria, top of the 4th. Bo's pitch is hit back foul to the screen, 0-1. Paxton with a strikeout and a single in his first 2 trips of the day, 1 for 2. Home plate umpire Kyle Katz goes to retrieve that baseball. 7-1 HarbourCats, top of the 4th. Pippins will be in Victoria the 19th, 20th, and 21st of July. Last 3 days before the All-Star break. Henderson's 0-1, a curveball in the dirt, ball 1. 1-1 on Paxton. Left-handed hitter with a wide open stance. The pitch is taken in the dirt with a fastball for ball 2. Emilio Nogales to follow if this inning continues. And then in the bottom of the fourth, the Pippins will send up Greg Fuchs, Owen Cobb, and Tyler Rando. The turn in the 2-1. Check swing, fastball at the knees, calls a strike, 2-2. Paxton did some damage the first time that the HarbourCats were in town. 2-2. Curveball, called strike 3 at the knees. And a nice inning for Bo Henderson out of the bullpen. 1-2-3 with a backwards K to top it all off. We go to the bottom of the fourth in a 7-1 ball game here at the Orchard. Pippins trail on the Nathan's famous broadcast network.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or two. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now open and accepting new patients. Services include family medicine, women's health, mental health, and after-hours care. The Grandview Clinic is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week to best serve you and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome and se habla español. This is how we care.
We move to the bottom of the fourth here at the Orchard. A 7-1 lead for Victoria, and the 5-6-7 part of the Pippins order coming to bat. Starting with Greg Fuchs, and then Owen Cobb and Tyler Rando. DJ Peters still back out on the mound for Victoria. He's thrown 3 innings of 1-run ball so far. A Henry Gargis homer is the only offense the Pippins have mustered up today. On a cold night in Yakima, we're down to 62 degrees with strong winds from the northwest. Third baseman Paxton is in. Victoria still playing the wind with the left fielder in and the right fielder deep. Change up at the letters for strike 1 to Fuchs, who saw 2 pitches in the third inning, before James Bell was thrown out trying to steal. The 0-1. That's fouled off to the left. 0-2 on Greg Fuchs. Fly to center back in the first inning. Right fielder Nick Adams is very deep. 0-2. Half swing and a foul to the screen left side. So it stays no balls and 2 strikes on Greg Fuchs, the Mercer Island native. Here's the 0-2. Hard ground ball right to Nogales at first. He just put his glove down and stopped that hard hit ball from hitting the dirt. Tough luck for Fuchs, 1 away. Brings up Owen Cobb, who hit a high fly ball that died in the wind back in the second inning to left field. Righty versus righty. Peters off the third base side of the rubber. Leg kick and the pitch. A curveball hit high in the air. This one's going to die in the wind, too. Shallow left. Bakota jogs on and makes the catch for the second out. Not a good day to elevate the ball if you're a right-handed hitter, and Owen Cobb is learning that the hard way. 2 straight flyouts to left field on balls that might have been extra bases on a normal night. It brings out Tyler Rando, who bounced out to second in his first trip. Here's the wind in the first pitch. A fastball at the letters for a called first strike. 7-1 Victoria, bottom of the fourth. Nobody on, 2 away. Time called. Bo Henderson came on for the Pippins in the fourth, and he was really good. A 1-2-3 inning with a beautiful hammer breaking ball to retire the side. The 0-1, check swing on an outside slider. He did not go. says base umpire Brendan Lynch. 1-1. Josh Hahn, Ty Delancey, both with hits today. Due up. 1-1 pitch. Another slider down and away for ball 2. DJ Peters was throwing that breaking ball, that curveball, quite a bit more earlier. Now it's a bit more with the slider, but the curveball was a much sharper pitch. 2-1. There's an off-speed offering, popped up, foul off to the right. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on in a 6-run game, bottom of the 4th, Victoria leading. Off day tomorrow for the Pippins, and then Corvallis in town Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. The 2-2. Line drive over the head of Nogales at first, and it lands just fair inside the right field line and into the bullpen for the Victoria HarbourCats. Rando goes for second, tag applied, not in time, he's safe with a sliding 2-out double, his first hit as a member of the Pippins. How about that? Pokin won the opposite way, just inside the line for a base hit. I bring up Josh Hahn, who had his first Pippins hit in his first at-bat. A hard single off the top of the wall in right field. It was the loudest single you will see all year. Quick mound visit from Frankie Neiman, and home plate umpire Kyle Katz makes note of it. 7-1 Pippins trail, bottom 4. Left side of the infield plays a little bit in here with the shortstop Paro keeping an eye on Rando. Peters will look to second. First pitch to Hahn. Fastball in the outside corner taken for strike 1. So with nobody throwing in the Pippins bullpen, it looks like Bo Henderson will also pitch in the 5th. The 0-1. Curveball wrapped on the ground towards first for Nogales. He calls off the pitcher Peters, takes it to the bag himself, and the Pippins strand a 2-out double. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. After 4 at the Orchard, 7-1 HarbourCats on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Call this home, that's where I belong, that's where I belong. Call this home, that's where I belong, that's where I belong.
Finding the right home is inspiring. That's why at Banner, we listen, learn, and help you find the home loan that lets you achieve your dreams.
That's where I belong.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce 2 of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
(7-1) Pippins in the trailing spot. Wow, that was awkward. Victoria leading at 7-1 as we go to the top of the 5th. Here at the Orchard, and Emilio Nogales to lead off for the HarbourCats against Yakima Valley right-hander Bo Henderson. After a real clean 4th inning, they'll get the 6, 7, 8 part of the order for Victoria here in the 5th. First pitch, and a good backdoor breaking ball. Strike to Emilio Nogales, 0-1. Nogales 1 for 2 with an RBI ground out and a single in 2 trips. And he fouls the 0-1 off to the left and out of play off of one of the sun screens high above the light, below the light poles down the left field line, which you do not need today. It is all clouds in the valley. Henderson kicks the 0-2. Breaking ball just below the knees for a ball, 1-2. 7-1 HarbourCats in the top of the 5th. Although if you take out that 5-run first, which I understand you can't, but if you did, it's just a 1-run game. That's a fastball skips in the dirt, 2-2. Some fielding miscues, some bloop hits. just cemented a not good first inning for the Pippins, and it's put them in a deep hole. 2-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Another one of those backdoor curves from Bo Henderson. It's been a sharp pitch tonight. And there's one out here to start the 5th. Here's Nick Adams. Right-handed hitting right fielder for Victoria. 1 for 2 today, a single and a strikeout. First pitch, a fastball hit on the ground to second. Delancey fields, shuffles a few steps to his left, throws on to first for the easy second out. Now Nate Pacoda bats with 2 down. And how about this for Bo Henderson? 5 up, 5 down to start his relief outing. And again, Rob Hippie was really, really bullish on the righty. He wanted me to know that that first outing was not indicative of his ability. There's a bunt shown, bunted down the third base line, rolling foul, and it never goes foul. Now it does, thankfully. Ooh, that was close. That one got about halfway down the third base line before it finally rolled foul. And the count now 0-1 to Nate Pacoda, who's got 2 hard-hit singles today. So curious why he'd try and lay one down for a bunt, but then again, Bo Henderson has offered pretty much nothing on the mound today. The 0-1 pitch. Corners come in a little bit, and there's a fastball down and away, ball 1 to Pacoda, who was funny talking with Rob Nye, West Coast League Commissioner, last week about his love for Bill Pacoda, Nate's dad and a former major leaguer. The 1-1, a swing and a foul tip back into the glove on a breaking ball. I didn't even mention this during our interview, but Bill had a nickname. His nickname back in the day was Interstate 29, because that's the road that you take from Kansas City to Omaha, where the Royals AAA affiliate is. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball tails outside 2-2, and because Bill got shuffled up and down so much. I-29, actually, the I-29 between Kansas City and Omaha was closed for much of the spring due to that severe flooding. 2-2 breaking ball hit in the air to center. Leisurely Schwartz over to his left makes the grab in right center, and the inning comes to a close. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Pippins trail 7-1 here in Yakima on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
We move to the bottom of the 5th inning here in Yakima, a 7-1 ball game, Victoria in the lead. And the Pippins trying to generate some offense, something they have not done much of tonight. And they'll bring 9-1-2 to the plate against DJ Peters, still out there for his 5th inning of work. Ty Delancey to lead it off. Switch hitter bats left. Singled to left center his first time. I know we had one person on the stream asking how Ty Delancey got on his first time. He singled to left center. Off to a nice start to his Pippins career for the Georgia native. First pitch. A off-speed pitch, I think, that just missed below the knees. And the count is 1-0. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Victoria fans, Pippins fans alike. 1-0. Line drive down the left field line, 1-1. I'm Miles Klotz. Glad to be bringing you the action. And a big shout out to our 2 producers on the boards today, Zach and Austin Lane. Here's the 1-1 to Delancey. A fastball high and away, 2-1. Ty, a Georgia native, plays his college ball in Tennessee. 2-1. Soft ground ball off of Ty's foot, and slowly it goes down the first base line, 2-2. Sporting number 32. 7-1 Victoria lead, bottom of the 5th. Nobody on, nobody out. Here on a cold night. This feels more like April than late June. 2-2 pitch. Curveball hit softly back towards the mound where Peters, it gets past his glove. He recovers, throws to first, and not in time. Delancey beat it out. The speedster gets down the line in time to beat out an infield single on a ball that didn't even get 10 feet away from the plate. And what a spark plug he has been in his first couple of days with the Pips. Leadoff base runner for Tanner Parker, who is searching to extend his hit streak to 10 straight games. An infield single to the pitcher. That is not a common occurrence, but Ty Delancey just did it. Parker, a ground out and a strikeout his first 2 times facing the right-hander, who tosses to first. A harsh tag applied by Nogales. The runner back in safely. Long lean in from Peters, the set. And another quick throw to first, and another harsh tag from Emilio Nogales. 7-1 Victoria, bottom 5. 1 on, nobody out. Parker bats from the left side and takes a pitch in the dirt. Delancey gets off first. They throw back to first, and Nogales to his knees to save that attempted back pick. Count 1-0 on left-handed hitting Tanner Parker as we give a look at our out-of-town scoreboard. In Corvallis, 4-3, Corvallis leading Bellingham, but it will all go for naught if the Pippins can't pull out a win tonight. 1-0, high and in. And did it hit Parker? Kyle Katz, the home plate umpire, saying it did. Parker didn't even really make much of a movement, but apparently it hit him on his elbow, so he's down to first with a free base. So Tanner Parker will have at least one more opportunity to extend that hit streak. And now Todd Haney wants a word with home plate umpire Kyle Katz, who was the only one that seemed to see anything about a hit by a pitch there. And now a good opportunity to get us through the rest of the out-of-town scoreboard. Man, Port Angeles, 10-0 Wenatchee leads the lefties at Civic Field. Pippins will be there in a week. Walla Walla 7, Portland 4, top of the 5th in Walla Walla. Ridgefield leading Cowlitz 4-1, that game in the top of the 6th down in Longview. So right-hander starts to loosen in the bullpen for the HarbourCats. Righty Zach Horn starting to toss. Two on, nobody out. Pippins down 7-1 in the bottom of the 5th. Delancey at second, Parker at first for Luke Schwartz. And Kyle Katz is what we're waiting on right now, the home plate umpire noting something down while everybody else waits. Schwartz so far today is 0 for 2, has bounced out and flied to left. Katz is now ready to go. Puts the mask back on. Gets back behind Frankie Neiman. And here's the pitch. Bunted, third base side. Peters collects, stumbles a little bit, throws on a first, and Schwartz beat it out, an infield single. The bases are loaded with nobody out. Oh man, what a run. Two infield singles to the pitcher in this inning. And now the bases are loaded for Henry Gargis, who hit a home run in his first at-bat. Bases juice, nobody out. Pippins trail 7-1, bottom 5. The set and the first pitch, right on left. Cut and a miss on a low changeup, strike 1. James Bell on deck should this inning continue further. Here's the set. Peters delivers, and Henry pops it up. Back foul, out of play, 0-2. Gargis also with a fly out to center in the third inning, excuse me. And this is about as big as a spot as it's been for the Pippins all day. Delancey at third after a soft single. Parker was hit by a pitch. Schwartz with a bunt single. Ball hasn't left the infield this inning, but the bases are loaded with nobody out. 0-2 pitch. Fastball, tails too high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. James Bell, who's working on a 2-hit day, waits on deck. That ball's lined foul down the first base line. 1-2 it stays. Justin Jacobs, Pippins' first base coach, had to skip out of the way of that one. And Gargis is going to ask for a new bat, as I guess might have been some break to the shards of that one. Henry digs back in behind in the count 1-2. 2 on, bases empty, 7-1 ball game in the bottom of the 5th inning. Victoria in the lead. The set. The 1-2 pitch. Slider, and it hit Gargis. And a run is in to score as Ty Delancey comes in from third on a breaking ball that came too far inside, and still, no ball has left the infield this inning, but a run is in, and it's still bases loaded, nobody out, in a 7-2 ball game. Now it looks like we're going to have a mound visit, as the signal is for Zach Horn in the bullpen for the HarbourCats to really ramp up that throwing. Horn, a righty out of Lower Columbia, and he's going to come into this game. So a pitching change as Zach Horn enters the game for Victoria. We'll take a break here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network. Pippins.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good, because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or two. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or, for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
(7-2) Victoria leading the Pippins as we go to the bottom of the 5th. And a new pitcher on the mound for Victoria. It's right-hander Zach Horn, a redshirt sophomore from Lower Columbia College, 6 feet 2 inches tall, a native of Bonnie Lake, Washington. And he enters the game with the bases loaded, nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. Horn only appeared in 3 games for Lower Columbia in the spring, posting a 2.08 ERA. And he makes his first appearance of the summer for Victoria here in a big spot. James Bell at the plate, 2 for 2 today. Bases loaded, nobody out. Pippins already with a run across this inning. Parker at third, Schwartz at second, Gargas at first. Horn delivers, and Bell takes a breaking pitch down low, ball 1. DJ Peters exits, 4+, 8 hits, no walks, 1 strikeout. He's responsible for all 3 runners on base and has already allowed 2 earned runs today. The kick in the 1-0. A curveball on the inside corner for strike 1. It has not been the easiest path for Horn, who has dealt with a litany of arm problems throughout his career at LCC. But when he's been on the mound, he's been very talented. The 1-1. Hard ground ball left side of the infield, fielded by Parle, the shortstop, to second for 1, on to first, and that is a double play, but a run does come into score for the Pippins as Tanner Parker comes home from third to make it a 7-3 ball game. And Schwartz gets to third with 2 down. No RBI for James Bell. Still looking for his first as a Pippin. But the Pippins do cut into the deficit, so not the worst thing in the world. And that run charged to DJ Peters, the starter. Brings up Greg Fuchs. First pitch. Greg takes a fastball just below the knees for ball 1. Fuchs 0 for 2 today. Runner at third, 2 down. Pippins trail 7-3. Bottom 5. The pitch. That's a slider that tails too far inside, 2-0. Inning started with 2 infield singles and a hit by pitch. Then a bases loaded hit by pitch to Henry Gargas. Since then, a double play. It did bring in a run as a right-hander starts to loosen in the Pippins bullpen. The 2-0. Soft ground ball, left side of the infield, fielded by Parle, the shortstop on the outfield grass. He throws to first, and he beat the running Fuchs for the third and final out. Fuchs seems to think he beat it out. Marcus McKimmey wants a word with the field umpire on what would have driven in the 4th run for the Pippins. But that ends the frame. Pips get 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and they leave 1. We go to the 6th in a 7-3 ball game. Victoria leading on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Call this home. That's where I belong. That's where I belong. Call this home. That's where I belong. That's where I belong.
Finding the right home is inspiring. That's why at Banner, we listen, learn, and help you find the home loan that lets you achieve your dreams.
That's where I belong.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
We go to the 6th inning. The Pippins put 2 runs on the board in the bottom of the 5th and now trail by a score of 7-3 to Victoria. 9-1-2 coming to bat for the HarbourCats against righty Bo Henderson here in the 6th. Trevor Parro to lead it off. The pitch. A fastball down and away for ball 1. Parro 2 for 2 today at the plate. A couple of RBI singles. The 1-0 from right-hander Henderson, who's been 6 up, 6 down out of the pen. Soft dribble back foul to the backstop, 1-1. And Parro made a nice play to end the inning in the bottom of the 5th, a little controversial, as Greg Fuchs appeared to have beaten out a ball down the first base line, but he was called out by base umpire Brendan Lynch. And Marcus McKimmy's argument didn't get him anywhere. The 1-1 from Henderson. Breaking ball, just outside, ball 2. Parker Bramlett and then Jason Willow to follow in this inning. Parro, a Montana native. The 2-1. Soft dribble, foul back atop the plate where James Bell collects. 2-2. Now the count on the right-handed hitting shortstop, who's headed to Marshall University in West Virginia in the fall after 2 years at Lower Columbia. Henderson off the first base side of the rubber. Kicks the 2-2. Slider down and away, ball 3. (3-2) on the way from Henderson. Check swing. Peel down to first. He did not go, ball 4. And that breaks a stretch of 6 in a row set down by Bo Henderson as he issues a leadoff walk to Trevor Parro to start the top of the 6th. We'll bring Parker Bramlett to the plate, a right-handed hitter who is 2 for 3 today. 1 on, nobody out. 7-3 Pippins in behind in the 6th. Fastball down low from Henderson, 1-0. Bramlett with a double in the first to lead off this game. It was a 5-run first inning for Victoria. 5 runs on 7 hits in that inning. Toss to first. Runner dives back in safely. Good speed over at first base with Parro. 6th inning brought to you by Yakima Herald-Republic and YakimaHerald.com. Your best sources for local sports, news, entertainment, and lifestyle information from across Central Washington. There's a high chopper up the middle, and diving stop by DeLancey, the second baseman. He throws on to first, and the throw is late. Delancey, excuse me. So an infield single for Parker Bramlett on a bouncing ball up the middle. And now 2 on, nobody out. Call 575-7755 to subscribe to a print or digital package. The Yakima Herald-Republic. They tell your stories. Tough luck start to this inning for right-hander Bo Henderson. A pair on, no outs. Righty versus righty here. 7-3 Victoria lead, top of the 6th. As a right-hander starts to loosen in the Pippins bullpen. Tyler Frazier, who has not pitched yet this season, expected to start one of the games against Corvallis over the weekend, but could pitch an inning tonight and still go. First pitch to Jason Willow, missed down low apparently, ball 1. James Bell has a word with Kyle Katz, wondering where that pitch missed. Willow, the only man in the lineup today for Victoria without a base hit, 0 for 3. 2 on, nobody out. Henderson turns and looks to second. Now fires. And a 1-0, misses low. That one definitely missed low. 2-0. Bo running into some... Pippins have the day off tomorrow. The 2-0. Turning to look to second. Pitch is pumped foul back towards the press box. 2-1 on Willow, the Victoria native. Played in 7 games for the Cats last year. Drafted out of high school by the Baltimore Orioles, but chose to attend UC Santa Barbara. 2-1 pitch in the dirt with a fastball, and Henderson running into some issues here. 3-1 now. With 2 on, nobody out in a 7-3 ball game. Victoria leading in the top of the 6th inning. Willow has hit in each of his first 3 games this season with Victoria. Still searching for his first of the night. Paro off second, Bramlett off first, and a turn and a check back of Paro, who has been giving second baseman Ty Delancey some fits. Pitch. Poked back foul, and it is 3-1. 3-2, excuse me. Count now full. A look to second. And the 3-2 pitch. Runners take off, and there's a foul back to the backstop. And the count remains full. Two on, nobody out. Henderson trying to retire his first batter here in the 6th. The 3-2. Fastball, down low, ball 4. And the bases are loaded with nobody out here in the top of the 6th. For Chase Wesner. And Rob Hippie out to the mound to have a chat with right-hander Bo Henderson, who had 2 great innings to start his outing. And the 6th has been somewhat of a problem. Josh Hahn, the first baseman. Catcher James Bell, and the meeting is to take Bo Henderson out of this game. He leaves. Tyler Frazier enters with the bases loaded, nobody out here in the 6th. 7-3 Victoria. We take a break on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce 2 of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Tyler Frazier to the mound for the Pippins as we go to the 6th inning, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. Bo Henderson responsible for all 3 runners on base, a pair of walks, and a soft single up the middle. Tyler Frazier, the righty, makes his season debut. 6'1", 150-pound native of California. Sophomore at the University of Oregon, where he pitched in 11 games this spring. 0-2 with a 6.91 ERA, 21 strikeouts, 15 walks, over 27 1/3 innings of work. Opponents hit .324 off of the skinny right-hander. And he faces right-hander Chase Wesner. 1 for 3 today, bases loaded, nobody out. Paro at third, Bramlett at second, Willow at first. Corners in for the Pippins. Middle infield double play depth. Outfield straight away, fairly deep. Frazier sets below the belt and fires. A breaking ball dribbled foul to the backstop, 0-1. Frazier may start a game this weekend against Corvallis. But they're just trying to get him some work here. The righty out of Oregon. 0-1. Fastball hit down the right field line, foul, 0-2. Pitching coach Rob Hippie was really talking up Frazier's changeup after a bullpen session he had the other day. Called it a plus pitch. Also has 2 different breaking balls, a curveball and a slider to go with the fastball and the changeup. The 0-2. And there's one of those changeups, missed down low for ball 1. 7-3 Victoria leading in the 8th. Bases are loaded with nobody out. Excuse me, in the 6th. A 1-2 count on Chase Wesner with Frankie Neiman, the WCL's top hitter so far this season, waiting on deck. 1-2. Ground ball chopped towards third, and it bounces away from Cobb and rolls towards the pitcher's mound. An error brings a run in on what could have been a double play. And Owen Cobb's had such a nice day at third, he couldn't grab that high hop. And an unearned run in to score, and the bases remain loaded. 8-3 Victoria. Oh, Frazier got the ball he needed. The Pippins defense has been a real issue all year. And an error brings an unearned run home. And moves Wesner to first, Bramlett to third, Willow to second for Frankie Neiman. 1 for 3 today. Corner's still in. Frazier delivers. And there's a fly ball high down the right field line, out of play. 0-1. Now 8-3 Victoria. Bo Henderson still responsible for runners at second and third. The 0-1. Fastball in the dirt, and it rolls away from Bell. 2 college teammates, so they're used to throwing to each other, Tyler Frazier and James Bell, as lefty Jack Gonzalez starts to toss for the Pippins in the bullpen. Can't imagine this will be a very long outing for Frazier if he's planning to start a game this weekend. Pippins' bullpen situation thrown for a loop with Darius Garcia only making it through 3 innings. The 1-1 pitch. Soft ground ball up the middle for the shortstop Parker. He flips to second for 1, and Delancey drops the ball, has no throw. And now a runner coming home, and not in time. Wow. Delancey bobbled, and Jason Willow took advantage, came in to score. 2 runs come in on that play. Wesner out at second on the fielder's choice. Neiman gets to first. 1 out, and it's now 10-3 Victoria. Delancey nearly had a throw at first, but he bobbled the ball. And in the commotion of the bobble, Willow came home. Now 1 on, 1 out for Griffin Paxton, the left-handed hitter. Steps off. 10-3 Victoria. First offering. Toss to first, and the ball gets away from the first baseman, Hahn. That allows Neiman to get up to second, and he might go all the way to third. The ball picked up in right field by Delancey, who throws it all the way over to third, where Neiman gets in there safely. And the error, second of the inning, advances him 2 bases. The Pippins' defense continues to be a problem. Runner at third, 1 out, 10-3 Victoria, top of the 6th. The pitch. Ground ball, hard towards short, and off the end of Parker's glove and into center field. Base hit for Griffin Paxton brings home Frankie Neiman from third to make it 11-3, a Victoria lead. Brings up Emilio Nogales. RBI single for Neiman. First run charged to Tyler Frazier. All the others Had been to Bo Henderson, who finishes 2 innings, 2 runs, 1 hit, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Already 4 runs across this inning, still just 1 out. And a swing and a miss by Emilio Nogales, strike 1. Nogales 1 for 3 today. Pippins trail 11-3 in the top of the 6th. Hahn holds the runner at first. Frazier sets below the belt. Lanky righty delivers, and there's a soft pop-up out of play off to the left, 0-2. Nogales has had a really nice day defensively over at first. Seems like nothing can get past him over there. Oh, 0-2. The pitch. Line drive, left center field. That drops in for a base hit. Not super well hit. And hustling around third, Paxton. The throw to third. Tag applied. They got him at third. What a throw by Luke Schwartz. 2 down. Paxton tried to get greedy and head for third. And Luke Schwartz with a jump throw, and he was having none of that. It is a single for Nogales, but now 2 away. And Nick Adams coming to the plate. Adams has had, like everyone in this lineup, it seems, for Victoria, a pretty nice day, 1 for 3. The pitch from Frazier. Fly ball down the right field line, 0-1. Pippins trailing 11-3 in the top of the 6th. 13 hits for Victoria. 8 hits, 3 errors for the Pippins. This Victoria offense is very, very real. 0-1. Swing and a miss at a good breaking ball, 0-2. On Nick Adams, the 8th man to hit this inning for the Cats. In Corvallis, the Knights leading Bellingham 5-4. Would have been a great night for the Pippins to pick up a win, but they're going to have to claw back a long way with 12 outs to play. Down 8 runs. Frazier with the 0-2. Slider down and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 on, 2 down. Here in the top of the 6th inning, the 3rd big inning of the day for Victoria. Just not a way to win games consistently. The pitch. Fastball just missed. Down and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 11-3 Victoria, top of the 6th inning. The set below the belt and the 2-2. Fastball in the dirt, ball 3. And from 0-2 to 3-2. Frazier having some issues here. An unearned run already across off of the righty. Full count, 2 outs. Runner will take off from first, Nogales. Frazier fires. And misses down low, ball 4. He walked him. To bring up the 9th man to hit this inning, Nate Pacoda. Pippins pitching after not issuing a walk through 5 innings has allowed 3 free passes in this frame. For Pacoda, who is 2 for 3 today. Right-handed hitter. Neither runner being held here. Frazier sets. The pitch. Strike on the outside corner, 0-1. The man who led this inning off with a walk against Bo Henderson, Trevor Parra, waiting on deck. 11-3 Victoria in the 6th. Pacoda kicking up some dirt in the back of the righty batter's box, trying to find the right footing. Taps the plate a few times with the all-black bat. Holds it in front of his shoulder. Frazier's 0-1. Changeup down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Another big inning for the HarbourCats. 4 runs in this inning. 2 more waiting on base. with 2 outs. Victoria leading at 11-3 in the 6th. Pippins' pitching has been boom or bust all year. 1-1. Chop foul off of his foot, strike 2. Or strike 3, apparently. Okay, that ends the inning. Strikeout for Tyler Frazier. And we go to the bottom of the 6th with the Pippins trailing 11-3 on the Nathan's famous broadcast network. We go to the bottom of the 6th here at the Orchard. Pippins trailing 11-3 to the Victoria HarbourCats. The 6, 7, 8 part of the order. Owen Cobb, Tyler Rando, and Josh Hahn to hit for the Pips against right-hander Zach Horn, back out for his 2nd inning of work out of the bullpen, and now staked to an even bigger lead. When he entered, it was 4 runs. Now it's 8. And the righty will face Owen Cobb, who is 0 for 2 today with a couple of flyouts. Left-hander Jack Gonzalez warming in the Pippins bullpen. Cobb has seen just 2 pitches today and flied out on both of them. Try to work a longer at-bat here, presumably. Against right-hander Zach Horn after DJ Peters exited after 4+ innings. Right on right to Cobb. And time called as they wait for a player to get back in the dugout from the bullpen for Victoria. Here's the first pitch from Horn. Cobb takes a fastball up high, ball 1. Oh, and yesterday, 1 hit, stolen base. The 1-0. He takes that one high and tight. 2 balls, no strikes. Pippins down 8 runs in the 6th. Trying to make something happen. The kick of the 2-0. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike. 2-1 to Owen Cobb, who's definitely, I've talked about this with Marcus McKimmey before, but a kid that seems to be playing beyond his years. The 2-1. There's a fastball away, 3-1. Yes, he makes a lot of mistakes that are common of a kid who's never played college baseball before, and you have to understand the difficulty of being thrown into the fire like this. The 3-1, a fastball up high, a check swing. He barely even moved his muscles, so no reason for an appeal there, but they get the appeal that he did not go, and it's a leadoff walk for Cobb. Bring up Tyler Rando, who doubled his last time for his first Pippins hit. Righty on righty. 1 on, nobody out. 11-3 Pippins in the Bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch. And a fastball for a strike, 0-1. It's an 11-3 Victoria lead in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1 on, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Fastball high and tight. 1 ball, 1 strike to Rando. Yeah, but to get back to the point about Cobb, you're talking about a guy who's never played a college baseball game before, and now you're throwing him into the fire of playing every single day high-level summer college baseball. 1-1, tails outside, 2-1. 11-3 Victoria, bottom of the 6th. Zach Horn, the right-hander, peers in. Turns loose with a 2-1. Hack and a miss at a hard fastball, 2-2. Josh Hahn, Ty Delancey will be the next 2 to follow in this bottom of the 6th. The 2-2. Slider high and away, throw down a first. They tried to backpick Cobb, but he dives in safely. 3-2 on Rando, who sent it to Gonzaga in the fall. A couple of really good years in the junior college ranks, now headed off to D1. Pitch taken outside. Cobb off for second. High throw. Tag applied. He is safe. But it doesn't matter because it was ball 4. So no stolen base for Cobb. And now 2 on, nobody out for Josh Hahn. Back-to-back walks for the Pippins to start this 6th inning. Turner to look to second. First pitch to Hahn, the left-handed hitter. He takes a fastball high and away. Here's the 1-0 to Hahn. Fouled back, 1-1. (11-3) Victoria in the bottom of the 6th inning. The 1-1. Change up outside. It's 2-1. Kicking the 2-1 pitch. Hahn takes down low ball 3. And now Zach Horn in danger of walking the bases loaded for Ty Delancey. High ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Nobody out for the Pippins here in the 6th. Ty Delancey, the switch hitter, who is 2 for 2 today with a couple of hits, comes to the plate. As left-hander Regan McDonald warms up in the bullpen for Victoria. You know, a visit to the mound from Frankie Neiman, the catcher. Mound visit has concluded. out. A visit now to the mound from pitching coach Ian Sanderson, and they're going to turn to the bullpen, and a left-hander is going to take over on the mound. Regan McDonald coming in for Victoria. We'll take a break and tell you about the left-hander after this on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now open and accepting new patients. Services include family medicine, women's health, mental health, and after-hours care. The Grandview Clinic is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week to best serve you and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome and se habla español. This is how we care.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Pippins trailing by 8 in the 6th. 11-3, and Regan McDonald takes over on the mound. The tall lefty, 6'9", 217 out of Dallas Baptist, makes the appearance for the HarbourCats. Didn't pitch a whole lot for Dallas Baptist in the spring. Tall lefty, a native of Gunter, Texas, 6'9". And he faces Ty Delancey to start things off as he goes through his warm-up tosses. Inning started with a walk to Owen Kopp, then a walk to Tyler Rando, then a walk to Josh Hahn. It'll be Delancey, Parker, and Schwartz at least to face him. Pippins trailing 11-3. We take a look at some scores elsewhere around the West Coast League. In the bottom of the 7th in Corvallis, 5-4, the Knights have the lead. Wenatchee 12, Port Angeles nothing. Bottom of the 7th from Civic Field. Ridgefield 6, Cowlitz 3, bottom of the 8th in Longview. And Walla Walla leading Portland 9-6 in the top of the 7th at Borleski Stadium. McDonald originally at Weatherford, Texas, college in Texas. Ray was a pretty good starter as a sophomore, but has always had some command problems. And with a tall lefty, he's a lot like Mark Finklenberg almost. He's getting his warm-up pitches in, showcasing a decent curveball. And he will face Ty Delancey to start things off in this inning. So an inning plus for Zach Horn. He does not allow a hit, but walks 3 batters and is responsible for all 3 men on base. Hahn at first, Rando at second, Cobb at third, nobody out. Lefty versus righty with the switch hitter Delancey hitting from the right side for the first time tonight. McDonald looks. Now the pitch. Fastball laced down the right field line, but foul into the Victoria bullpen 0-1. McDonald was a redshirt his first year at Dallas Baptist, so he'll be a 5th-year senior in the fall. The 0-1. Changeup down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike on Ty Delancey. Or 1 ball and 1 strike, excuse me. 1-1 a tie. Bases loaded, nobody out in the bottom of the 6th, 11-3. Pippins trailing. The 1-1. Fly ball down the right field line. Now it's 1-2. A young fan came up with the ball that landed near the top of the stands. Some fans are happy. 11-3 Pippins trailing, bottom of the 6th. Lefty starts to get loose in the Pippins bullpen. 1-2 pitch. Delancey takes a breaking ball, high and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, give the Pippins credit. They're putting together some really good at-bats in this game, despite really being out of it for quite a while since that first inning when they went down 5-0. McDonald with a 2-2. Fouled back. And then pops towards the top of the screen. Stays 2-2. McDonald from the small town of Gunter, Texas. About 1,500 people. North of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Went to Gunter High School, where he was a first-team All-State pick as a high school senior. No small feat in the state of Texas. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the breaking ball. Then they throw to first, and they got Hahn off the bag, double play. How about that? They backpick Josh Hahn, 2 down for the top of the order, and Tanner Parker. Parker was hit by a pitch his last time up, still without a hit today, trying to make it 10 in a row with a base knock. Pippins down 11-3, bottom 6. 14 hits for the HarbourCats, 8 for Yakima Valley tonight. Regan McDonald, tall lefty, leans in. Loosens up. And his first offering to Parker is a fastball for a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Victoria, this little one-off road game, and then they'll head down to Portland to take on the Pickles at Walker Stadium for a 3-game weekend series. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Pippins have tomorrow off, then play Sunday, Monday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. The 0-1. Breaking ball hit towards the left side for Trevor Parro, who scoops it up, shuffles to his left, throws on to first, and the Pippins load the bases with nobody out, but can't get anything out of it as Parker grounds out. And we go to the 7th, 11-3 Victoria on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or, for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
Jack Gonzalez takes over on the mound for the Pippins as we go to the 7th inning here in Yakima, an 11-3 lead for the Victoria HarbourCats. The 4th appearance of the summer for Gonzalez. Last pitched on Sunday in Bellingham when he went a scoreless inning with 2 walks. He replaces Tyler Frazier, who finished off the 6th inning for the Pippins after entering in relief of Bo Henderson and allowed an unearned run. 2 hits. Gonzalez will face 9-1-2 Trevor Parro, Parker Bramlett, And Jason Willow, the part of the order that got 9 men to the plate in the 6th and scored 4 runs. (11-3) Pippins trailing. Trying to just minimize the damage, get some extra runs, and get to the day off, which will be much needed for everyone. Be a good day of rest. Lefty on righty. Trevor Parro has not been recorded for an out today. Gonzalez, the funky lefty, deals and misses outside of ball 1. 3 appearances for Jack Gonzalez, a 3.37 ERA. 4 strikeouts, 5 walks over 5 1/3 innings. Opponent's hitting 167 off the lefty, who's picked up a save as well. His 1-0. Fly down the right field line, 1-1. Infield, outfield straight away, normal depth for the Pippins. The set and the 1-1 from Gonzalez. Breaking ball fouled off to the right. 1-2. Gonzalez, who was a starter in college this year, worked in both roles for the Pippins last year. The only returner on the team this summer. 1-2. Pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him on an outside curveball. 1 down here to start the 7th for Victoria. Now to the top of the order for Parker Bramlett, the right-handed hitter. Pippins loaded the bases with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th and didn't score. It's the 3rd time in the last 3 games they have loaded the bases and failed to score. The pitch. Bramlett takes up and away, ball 1. Well, we talk about Gonzalez being the only returner on the team this year, and there's a reason for that. 1 out, nobody on. Pippins trail by 8. Chop back foul, 1-1. Marcus McKinney last year for the 2018 team. He'd initially stocked up on quite a few returners from that 2017 playoff team, and a lot of them, for whatever reason, didn't end up showing up, and it kind of sent the Pippins season into turmoil almost. Fly ball down the right field line, 1-2. A lot of guys they were counting on their contributions never made it. And the Pippins got off to a really difficult start that rendered a second half explosion useless, and the team finished at 500. So this year, Coach McKinney changed his strategy in a lot of ways. The 1-2. Another breaking ball hit up the middle. Delancey, the second baseman, dives to his right, can't get it. It rolls into center field. And Pregame with a 1-out single, the 15th hit of the day for Victoria. And now Todd Haney wants a word with the home plate umpire, Kyle Katz. As, by the way, Corey Siracusa is now into catch. Here's Jason Willow. 1 on, 1 out. Pitch gets through the legs of Siracusa and to the backstop, 1-0. Wild pitch gets Bramlett to second. There's a foul back, 1-1. So Corey Siracusa takes over behind the plate for James Bell. Right-hander Ty Pullman in the Pippins bullpen, getting work in. The pitch. Curveball fouled back, 1-2. So Jason Willow, the only man in the lineup today for Victoria without a hit. The Victoria native is 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. 15 hits in 6 1/3 innings. Jack Gonzalez, left-hander with a 1-2 pitch. Runner takes off, and there's a hard drive deep to left center field. Schwartz back into his right, and he puts it away in the gap, though. Nice play by Schwartz, who continues to impress in center defensively. And Bramlett has to get back to second with 2 down. Chase Wesner now hits. He singled in the first, has not recorded a hit since. Pippins today will fall to 8-7, barring a miracle. They've been hovering around 500 all year. The pitch. Breaking ball hit down the right field line. That one's got a chance to land fair, and it does, and bounces off the base of the wall. Bramlett is in to score. Garga's up with the ball in right field. It's an RBI double for Chase Wesner, and a 12-3 lead for the HarbourCats here in the top of the 7th. Brings up Frankie Neiman. Neiman is 1 for 4 today for the West Coast League's leading hitter. Jack Gonzalez delivers, and there's a line drive up the middle into center field for a base hit. They give the wave to Wesner around third. Schwartz comes up throwing. His throw is cut off by the first baseman, Hahn. It's an RBI single for Chase Wesner, who nearly runs into Kyle Katz, the home plate umpire, to make it 14-3. Excuse me, it's now 13-3. Griffin Paxton now comes to the plate. You just wonder what the effect is on a team when you get the doors beaten off of you 2 times in the span of about 5 days. Pippins seemed to be in good spirits. Gonzalez with the first offering. Curveball hit on the ground towards second for Ty Delancey. He collects, throws to first in time, and that ends the inning. But Victoria does get 2 more runs on 3 more hits. No errors. We stretch here in Yakima, 13-3, the Victoria lead on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good, because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or 2. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now open and accepting new patients. Services include family medicine, women's health, mental health, and after-hours care. The Grandview Clinic is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week to best serve you and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome, and se habla español. This is how we care.
Thirteen to 3, Victoria leading as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Reagan McDonald, who finished off the 6th, came on with the bases loaded, nobody out, and got a strikeout and a double strikeout, a pickoff, and a ground out to end the inning. Back out for the 7th. He'll face Luke Schwartz, Henry Gargas, and James Bell here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Or excuse me, Corey Siracusa, not James Bell. Here's the first pitch to Schwartz. A fastball for a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Luke today 1 for 3 with a single on a bunt. The pitch. Curveball on the inside corner, strike 2 called to Schwartz. Real nice pitch from the left-hander. Tall Reagan McDonald, 6 feet 9 inches tall, out of Gunter, Texas. He leads Schwartz here in the count, 0-2. The set from the left-hander. And the pitch on the way. A fastball taken at the knees for strike 3. Second strikeout for Reagan McDonald, and Schwartz down looking to start the bottom of the 7th inning. Pippins still trailing 13-3 after 2 runs came across in the top of the 7th inning. Bring up Henry Gargas, whose first inning homer has really been all the Pippins have been able to manage today. They did get a couple of runs in the 5th. So lefty loosens in the Pippins bullpen. Trying to figure out who that is. Lefty on lefty here with Gargas batting. First pitch is lifted out to deep right field, but playable for Adams. Nope, he turns around and it's off the base of the wall. Wow, Adams thought he had it. Instead he doesn't, and Gargas gets to second with a 1-out double. That was very strange. It looked like Adams had it. Then he turned around and it was over his head and off the wall. And Gargas doubles to right field, his second extra base hit of the day. And it'll bring up Corey Siracusa for his first at-bat. And how about that? After not having a player with multiple RBIs in a game all season, the Pippins have had 2 in the last 2 days. With Gargas tonight, and Tanner Parker yesterday. Corey Siracusa at the plate for his first time. Nice day yesterday, 2 for 4. Comes on as a sub today. James Bell replaced. The pitch is high and in for ball 1 with a fastball. James Bell had been 2 for 3. The 1-0 pitch. Line shot out to the gap in left center. That drops in for a base hit. Gargas gets the wave around third, and then Willow in center field loses the handle on the ball. So Gargas scores on an RBI single from Corey Siracusa. Then the cutoff throw gets away, and Corey gets up to second base on the errant throw in from center field, and it's 13-4. Man, Siracusa ripped that ball, and he is putting some good swings on it lately. RBI single and advances to second on an error. Bring up Greg Fuchs. Hard to be disappointed with the way Siracusa's been swinging the bat those last couple of games. And an E8 moves him to second with 1 out. First pitch to Fuchs. Taken in the dirt, ball 1. Left-hander Reagan McDonald has some action in the bullpen with Jaden Beck starting to toss for Victoria. Ty Pullman still throwing for the Pippins. The 1-0. Chop foul atop the plate. 1-1 on Fuchs. So the Pippins have cut the deficit to 9, 13-4. Ridgefield with the first final of the night. They beat Cal at 6-3. Bellingham has taken the lead on Corvallis in the 8th, 6-5. Wenatchee 12, Port Angeles 2. That game in the bottom of the 9th inning. Port Angeles with a 2-run homer in the bottom of the 9th. Turning to look to second. The 1-1 pitch. Up high, 2-1. Missed with a fastball there. Yeah, Bellingham was down, but they get 2 runs off of right-hander Kai Murphy for Corvallis. The 2-1 pitch. Fastball just inside. 3-1 to Fuchs. Three-1 on Greg, man on second, 1 down, 13-4. Pippins trail in the 7th. The pitch home. chopped right side. Second baseman Bramlett over to his left. Fields throws on a first for the out. And Corey Siracusa gets up to third, and it'll bring up Owen Cobb. Cobb is 0 for 2 today, walked his last time.
Now batting for the Pippins, the third baseman, Owen Cobb.
Cobb ready. McDonald ready as well. The lefty. With the first offering on the way. Curveball in the outside corner, strike one called. Now McDonald, I mentioned it earlier, but he's not all that different in a way from Pippins lefty Mark Finklenberg. Tall, lanky, tough to pick up, but often struggles just to command his pitches. Time called again. Cobb back into the right-handed batter's box. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning, a 13-4 lead for the HarbourCats. And the 0-1 pitch is fouled back to the screen, 0-2. Pippins have the night off tomorrow. Back in action against Corvallis on Saturday night. Sure hope you can join us with pregame beginning at 6:20, first pitch at 6:35. McDonald with the 0-2. Breaking ball, cut on and miss, strike three. The Pippins get one on an RBI single from Corey Siracusa, but strand Corey at third, and we go to the 8th inning, 13-4, Pippins trailing on the Nathan's famous broadcast network.
Call this home, that's where I belong, that's where I belong. Call this home, that's where I belong, that's where I belong.
Finding the right home is inspiring. That's why at Banner, we listen, learn, and help you find the home loan that lets you achieve your dreams.
That's where I belong.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce two of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Ty Pullman takes over for the Pippins, the right-hander from UNLV. Here in the top of the 8th inning, a 13-4 lead for the Victoria HarbourCats. Pullman hasn't pitched in a while, last tossed Friday in Bellingham. 2 innings of work, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks in that outing, making his 5th appearance of the year, the most out of the Pippins' pen. He has not recorded a decision, an ERA of 2.34, 3 strikeouts, 6 walks over 7 2/3 innings. Opponent's hitting .231 off of the righty. Emilio Nogales, Nick Adams, and Nate Pacoda to lead it off for Victoria. Righty on lefty. The pitch on the way. Nogales hits it back and right near the press box. Not too far from us, in fact. 0-1. Nogales 2 for 4 today. Pullman trying to just get this one to the 9th. The 0-1. A fastball down and in, 1-1. Big burly right-hander, 6'4", 230 pounds. Out of Gilbert, Arizona. The 1-1. Good breaking ball in the outside corner, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Grounded to third for Cobb, who collects, shuffles to his left, and then a throw that nearly pulls Hahn off the bag, but he makes the throw in time. One away. And a real nice play by Cobb, who has had a couple of spectacular plays at third today and a couple of difficult plays. But he does get it there. And now Nick Adams bats, who is 1 for 3 tonight. Righty on righty. Here's the first pitch. Fastball too high to Adams, 1-0. The 1-0. Fastball high and in, 2-0. Quiet night here at the Orchard. Most fans have trickled out. Small crowd still left here in Yakima. The 2-0 pitch. Fastball at the knees for strike. 2-1 is the count. Nate Bakota will follow. Two-one. Popped up high into the night sky. Shortstop Parker is calling for it on the infield grass. Now on the dirt, he makes the grab on the right side of the infield. 2 away. A nice start to the inning for Ty Pullman, the righty, who certainly has decent stuff. It's just a matter of getting enough command for that to matter. Pippins trailing 13-4 in the top of the 8th. Slow-moving game here at the Orchard. The first offering to Nate Bakota is popped up, first base side, foul, 0-1. Young fans run to grab that ball, and a sparse crowd here in Yakima. Pitch. Down and away for a ball, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. That's inside and nearly hit Adams on his head. It did hit him on his wrist. 2-out hit by pitch. We'll bring up Trevor Parro for Victoria. Parro has had a nice day. A couple of singles, a walk, and a strikeout for the right-handed hitter. As Jaden Beck continues to loosen the bullpen for Victoria, who seems like they will need to play a bottom of the 9th tonight. Pullman delivers, and that one's fouled sharply back to the screen. And nice snag by Parker Bramlett in the on-deck circle off the hop. 0-1 on Trevor Parro, former Lower Columbia College NWAC champion. A lot of LCC flair throughout the West Coast League, particularly on the team that plays at their home field, the Cowlitz Black Bears. Pippins won't see them until late in the year. The 0-1. Fastball down and away, 1-1. He will take on Cowlitz in Cowlitz in early August. Pullman with the belt tie set and the 1-1 pitch. A curveball on the outside corner for a called strike 2. Pullman did not strike anybody out in his last outing, and it's surprising with the amount of good stuff he has. He just doesn't generate a ton of swing and miss. Slight lead off of first. Here's the 1-2. There's a fly ball down the right field line. Stays 1-2. You would think a guy with his size might even throw a little harder too, and perhaps it's coming. There's plenty of time for that stuff to develop. One, 2. Breaking ball in the dirt, ball 2. He's only a freshman, but he's already pretty well built. 6'4", 230. The 2-2 with 2 outs and a man on. Down and away, ball 3. The count is full with 2 outs, so Bakota will be off with the pitch. Pitch inside, ball 4, and he walked him to bring up Parker Bramlett, and back-to-back free bases after Pullman had a good start to the inning.
Now batting for the HarbourCats, the second baseman, Parker Bramlett.
Bramlett, a right-handed hitter who is 4 for 5 today. Righty on righty, here's the first pitch. A fastball in the inside corner, 0-1. 3 singles and a first inning double for Bramlett tonight. The kick in the 0-1 from Pullman. Fastball high and in, 1 ball, 1 strike. Pullman not throwing a lot of strikes right now. (13-4), Pippins trailing in the top of the 8th inning. 2 on, 2 out. The pitch home. Fastball outside, ball 2. 27 combined hits between the two teams tonight. 17 combined runs. 2-1. Outside, ball 3. And Pullman, risk of loading the bases. 3-1 the count. 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning. The 3-1 pitch. Pop foul, back out of play, 3-2. Runners will take off. Full count, 2 outs, but first time called, so Bramlett can adjust those batting gloves. Parker Bramlett, the right-handed batter from Tyler, Texas. Beautiful area. Runners take off. The pitch is up high, ball 4, and he has walked the bases loaded after back-to-back easy outs on the infield to start this inning. Bases are now loaded for Jason Willow. Willow, the right-handed hitter. 0 for 4 with a walk today. The only man in this lineup without a hit for Victoria against Ty Pullman. Pitch. Grounded left side. High chopper for Cobb, who takes it to the third base bag himself. And the inning is over. So nothing for the HarbourCats. They strand the bases loaded. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Pippins trailing 13-4 on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Call this home. That's where I belong. That's where I belong. Call this home. That's where I belong. That's where I belong.
Finding the right home is inspiring. That's why at Banner, we listen, learn, and help you find the home loan that lets you achieve your dreams.
That's where I belong.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Jaden Beck takes over on the mound for the Victoria HarbourCats as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The right-hander out of Troy, Texas. Spent a couple years in junior college. He'll head to the Division I ranks and go to Texas Southern University starting in the fall. And the beefy right-hander, 6'4", 250 pounds, will face the bottom of the Pippins order. Tyler Rando, Josh Hahn, and Ty Delaney. Here in the 8th, Reagan McDonald pitched 2 innings of relief, allowed 1 run on 2 hits and 3 strikeouts, did not walk a batter.
Leading off with the Pippins here at the bottom of the 9th inning. The second baseman, designated hitter Tyler Rando.
Tyler Rando, the first to hit. The right-handed batter against Beck. Righty on righty. The first pitch on the way. Fastball on the inside corner, just missed. Ball 1 to Rando. 4th appearance of the season for Beck, 5.4 ERA, 5 innings of work, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. Opponent's hitting .250 off of him. Pitched a scoreless couple of innings yesterday. There's a hard line drive towards center. Willow comes on a few steps and makes the catch, 1 out. Pippins down 13-4. 4 runs on 10 hits today, 3 errors. Victoria, 13 runs on 17 hits and an error. Here's Josh Hahn, who is 1 for 2 today with a ground out. The pitch home. Taken inside for ball 1. 1-0 on Hahn. Walk, a single, and a ground out. 1-0 pitch. Fastball, too far outside, 2-0. Ty Pullman worked around some trouble in the bottom of the 8th. Bases were loaded with 2 outs, but he got a ground out to third to end the frame. Beck fires and misses high and away, ball 3 to Hahn. He's trying to reach for the 3rd time tonight. Beck out of Troy, Texas, a small town of about 1,500 people off of Interstate 35 in Texas. Went to 2 different junior colleges in 2 years. And he hits the knees with a fastball for a strike there, 3-1. Was at Paris Junior College in northeastern Texas this year, where he had a 7.97 ERA. The 3-1. Check swing. And he went around. Home plate umpire Kyle Katz makes the call himself. 3-2, 1 out, nobody on. 13-4. Pippins trailing here in the bottom of the 8th. There's a line drive to center. Willow takes a few steps back and makes the catch, 2 out. And now Ty Delancey will bat. He's had a nice day, 2 for 3. Pippins probably feel like they should have more than just the 4 runs. They've left a man on in all but 1 inning. We were talking about that last inning, the runners, the hits for Victoria batters. All but 1 hitter in the Victoria order has a hit today. All but 2 have multiple hits, which is really something. The pitch. Fouled back, 0-1. By the way, Matt Clayton has subbed into the game as catcher. Frankie Neiman exited. Clayton will be due up 2nd in the top of the 9th. Oh-1. Taken down and away, 1-0. 1-1, excuse me. Nobody on, 2 down for Delancey. So left-hander goes to the Pippins bullpen to warm up. Pitch misses down low, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Line drive deep out to left field. Pacoda back on it, and he makes the catch. 3 hard flyouts for the Pippins. They go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 8th. We go to the 9th. Yakima Valley trailing by a score of 13-4 here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce two of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Josh Hahn takes over on the mound here in the ninth for the Pippins to face Chase Wesner, Matt Clayton, and Griffin Paxton. Hahn made his debut for the Pippins as a pitcher on Tuesday against Kelowna. Now comes on here in the ninth with the Pippins trailing by a score of 13-4. Ty Pullman pitched the eighth for Yakima Valley. Scoreless inning for the right-hander out of UNLV, and Christian Padilla moves to right field. Henry Gargas from right to first base where Hahn was playing. So Hahn, the lefty, will face Chase Wesner to lead it off. Wesner swings and misses at the first pitch. He sees 0-1. Matt Clayton will follow. The 0-1, a half swing, but a full go-around. Siracusa went to appeal, but he didn't even need to, as home plate umpire Kyle Katz made the call himself, 0-2. The pitch. High fastball for ball one. 1-2 from Hahn to Chase Wesner. The 1-2. Breaking ball. Called strike three with a curveball at the knees. 1 out. Heck of a pitch by Hahn. I'll bring up Matt Clayton for his first at-bat. Frankie Neiman subbed out. He was 2 for 5. So Clayton into the game for Victoria. The pitch. Fastball up high, 1-0. Clayton, a right-handed hitter out of Nevada. The pitch. On the outside corner, strike 2 call. Strike 1 called, excuse me. 1-1. Flied off to the right, out of play, 1-2. Crowd is pretty much thinned out here at County Stadium. The diehards stayed around. Hahn looking for his second strikeout. Here's the 1-2, a curveball that he couldn't get a chase on. The count now 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, the base is empty. Pippins will have the day off tomorrow. The 2-2. Fastball up high, 3-2. Hahn started this game at first base. So it was interesting because he was warming up times when he wasn't hitting. 3-2. Popped up down the right field line, foul. But of course he's used to it. With in high school, those types of situations are very common, and Hahn just out of high school. 13 runs on 17 hits for Victoria. The 3-2 pitch. Fly ball, right field, fairly deep. Padilla back to his left. Now comes in a few steps and makes the grab 2 away. Now with 2 down, it brings up Griffin Paxton. or a pinch hitter, in fact. Kyle Harper pinch hits for Paxton here in the ninth. A right-handed hitter. His first appearance of the season out of Baylor. Or of the series, I should say. Hahn, the lefty, readies. First pitch. Deep fly ball to right. Padilla back, still backtracking, and a step shy of the wall. He makes the catch. And that ends the inning. 1-2-3 ninth for Josh Hahn. We go to the bottom half. Pippins looking for runs, trailing 13-4 on the Nathan's famous broadcast network.
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now open and accepting new patients. Services include family medicine, women's health, mental health, and after-hours care. The Grandview Clinic is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week to best serve you and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome, and se habla español. This is how we care.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
We go to the bottom of the ninth. Last chance for the Pippins, and they will send the top of the order. Tanner Parker, Luke Schwartz, and Henry Gargas to the plate. Down 13-4 against right-hander Jaden Beck. Parker looking to extend his hitting streak to 10 games. The left-handed batter. Digs in to lead off the bottom of the ninth. First pitch. A fastball that gets through the legs of the catcher Clayton into the backstop, 1-0. Long night here in Yakima between the Pippins and the Victoria HarbourCats. The pitch. In there for a strike, 1-1. Parker entered today hitting .388. After his 0 for 3 days so far, he's down to .365, which is still very good, obviously. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Right-hander fires. And there's a foul ball off to the right, 1-2. Pippins down 13-4. Trying to avoid the series loss. Tomorrow off, then Corvallis in for 3 over the weekend. The 1-2 pitch. Slider up high, 2-2 to Tanner Parker. There's a ground ball back up the middle, and it rolls into center field, a base hit. So Tanner Parker's hitting 10 straight after a single up the middle. And he won't extend his multi-hit streak, but he will extend his hit streak to 10. Brings up Luke Schwartz. '11th hit for the Pippins. First pitch on the outside corner, strike 1. Kyle Harper in at third base now for the HarbourCats. Kick in the 0-1. Slider for a strike at the knees, 0-2. 1 on, nobody out in the bottom of the ninth. Pippins trailing at 13-4. Lefty Dylan Barkley works out of the bullpen for the Pippins right now. 0-2. Soft ground ball towards shortstop. Paro charges, flips to second for 1. The throw on to first, not in time. And Schwartz reaches on a fielder's choice To put 1 on, 1 out for Henry Gargis, who's had a nice day.
Now batting for the Pippins, the right fielder, Henry Gargis.
A few of Gargis' friends and family still in attendance here. Lefty on righty, 13-4. The Pippins trail in the ninth. 1 on, 1 out. Gargis with a double and a homer today. He takes a fastball up high, ball 1. Corey Siracusa on deck. One-0. Line shot over the head of the shortstop Paro into left center field, a base hit. Schwartz around second, headed for third. Gargis motoring around first, and he'll hold up there with his 3rd hit of the day. Now runners on the corners for the Pippins in the ninth. Or Corey Siracusa. Man, the Pippins have hit the ball hard, but not a whole lot of hits to show for it. Or runs to show for it. 12 hits. Corey Siracusa, the batter. Right-handed hitter who smoked a single into left center his first time. First pitch. Inside with the fastball, 1-0. Pippins trailing 13-4 in the bottom of the ninth. Runners on the corners, 1 out for Corey Siracusa. The pitch. Ground ball up the middle, this could be 2. Paro, the shortstop, grabs, throws on a first double play. He stepped on the bag and then grabbed, and that ends the ball game. The Pippins fall here tonight to the Victoria HarbourCats by a final score of 13-4, and they fall on the season to 8-7. We'll take a break and be back with the Pippins postgame show presented by Treetop after this on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions. Or, for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
So the Pippins fall here to the Victoria HarbourCats by a final score of 13-4. 17 hits for Victoria. It was just not the best day for the Pippins pitching staff. They did not really start well or finish well, and they fall in the process to 13-4 on the season. It was an interesting game because the Pippins, they started off down 5 runs already, and at that point, it's hard when you're that far behind to really get anything going, any sort of momentum the rest of the way. But from there on, the Pippins couldn't really get much to go in their favor, and they end up falling here by a final score of 14-3. We take a look at our final wrap here on a nice night in Yakima. It was a little cold. The Pippins fall 14-3. We take a look at the pitching stats for the Pippins. Darius Garcia started, took the loss. 3 innings, 11 hits, 7 runs, 4 earned. 0 walks, 3 strikeouts. Bo Henderson, 2 innings, 1 hit, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Tyler Frazier, 1 inning, 2 hits, 1 unearned run, 1 walk and 1 strikeout. Jack Gonzalez allowed 2 runs in an inning of work on 3 hits, no walks, and a strikeout. Ty Pullman, 1 inning of work, 2 walks, no hits, no runs, no strikeouts. Josh Hahn, 1 inning of work, and he struck out 1 in a scoreless frame. Offensively, Tanner Parker was 1 for 4, Luke Schwartz 1 for 5, Henry Gargas 3 for 4, Corey Siracusa 1 for 2, Greg Fuchs 0 for 4, Owen Cobb 0 for 3, Josh Hahn 1 for 4, Ty Delancey 2 for 4, James Bell was 2 for 3, and Tyler Rando was 1 for 3. For Victoria on the mound, DJ Peters, 4 innings, 8 hits, 3 earned runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. Zach Horn gets the win, 1 scoreless inning, no hits, no runs, 3 walks, no strikeouts. Regan McDonald, 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned, no walks, 3 strikeouts. Jaden Beck, 2 scoreless innings of work, 2 hits, no earned runs, no walks, and no strikeouts. Offensively, Parker Bramlett 4 for 5, Jason Willow 0 for 4, Chase Wesner 2 for 6, Frankie Neiman 2 for 5, Griffin Paxton 2 for 5, Matt Clayton 0 for 1, Kyle Harper 0 for 1, Emilio Nogales 2 for 5, Nick Adams 1 for 4, Nate Pacoda 2 for 4, Trevor Parro 2 for 3. This is a really, really good offensive team that the Victoria HarbourCats have. No doubt about it. They have got a lot of things going for them on that end, and they have a bright future ahead, certainly, as the team continues to play well on both sides of the ball. The Pippins, they are really struggling on the mound right now, somewhat surprisingly after such a strong start on the mound, but things have not really gone their way since then, and it was a tough day for the Pippins in most facets of the game, and they fall on the season to 8-7. Victoria improves to 10-5. Elsewhere around the West Coast League, Bellingham 8-5 over Corvallis in the bottom of the 9th. Wenatchee pulls out the win over Port Angeles by a final score of 12-2. They have now won 4 in a row. Portland falls to Walla Walla 9-6 in Walla Walla, and that ends the short win streak for Portland. As for the Pippins, they fall tonight to 8-7. The game took 3 hours and 2 minutes and was played in front of an unknown number of fans. No attendance reported. That'll pretty much do things here from Yakima County Stadium. Day off tomorrow. Hope you can join us sincerely on Saturday as the Pippins open up a series against the Corvallis Knights with right-hander Ryan Jamison expected to pitch for Yakima Valley in that ball game. First pitch 6:35, pregame 6:20. Talk to you then. This has been Miles Klotz signing off after the Pippins fall 13-4 here at County Stadium. Everybody enjoy the rest of your Thursday night.